What's up, everybody? Okay, this is Andrew Schulz. Welcome to Flagrant 2. I'm here with Akaash Singh, AlexxMedia and Mark Gagnon. The Truffle's even here, that little bitch. Oh my God, I love saying bitch with helium breath. Dude, we should do pods like this every single time. This is amazing, bro.
We gotta get it. We gotta get a tank. We gotta get a tank.
We might die, but we can do it.
Yeah, I feel like this is getting crazy.
Yeah, a little bit too much, right?
Do you think I'm killing brain cells, you fucking bitch? You worried about my brain cells over there, bitch?
Yeah, that's why I'm glad you don't do drugs. You chase.
So good.
Dude, it is so much fun.
What's your favorite
my
brunch place
God.
in New York?
What?
What's your
I
favorite
just want
brunch
to judge your outfits. I started talking like this, and fashion police is knocking at your door.
What do you think of
Look at
Akaash? What do you think of Akaash?
Akaash looks cute. I like to roll him into a little fucking garlic knot. Spit on his anus.
Ew. That's weird.
It sounds really weird when the voice comes back normal.
Yeah.
Like when you're talking all like gay and stuff and you say
Yeah.
whatever, it's cool.
Yeah.
And then once your actual voice, I actually think my voice is higher now.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck.
You did
though.
take
Does
a
it
lot,
change
bro.
forever?
Yeah, you did
take
too
a
much.
lot. Oh fuck, dude. All right, well,
Guys, welcome. What's up, everybody? How are you? How are you guys doing?
great.
Amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Amazing.
dude,
Yep.
good weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really
It's immediately freezing in New York, so I know you're not doing well.
No, I fucking hate it.
It did drop out of nowhere, yo.
Out of nowhere. It's
Going back
officially
to
winter.
Miami.
Yeah, we're ready to rock. We're ready to leave. Yo, I got to say shout out to Philly, man.
You're
The whole squad was down in Philly this weekend. We did an amazing show at the Met, which is like this beautiful theater.
Gorgeous.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And just the Philly audience was amazing. And it was like everything Philly.
Yeah.
You know, like Philly people, they're not sensitive. Like, they don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Like, you talk about controversial topics, they're down for it. They love jokes. But there's going to be a fight at a public event. And apparently, when I was on stage, there was a fist fight.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear
I
about
didn't
this?
know this.
No.
I didn't know either. And that's the beauty of like big venues is that like there could be an actual fist fight.
I think I heard it. Was
yeah.
it like in the back right section? Did they tell you where?
Something. I don't know.
I did hear
Chifty-
something going on. I was
Chifty
like, what
said
the
he was
fuck?
walking around and people just started swinging, and he said there was a lot of N-words thrown. And I was like, bye. It could get really interesting. No, and but it was just that's the most Philly shit, right?
Yeah.
Like you got the jail at the
100%.
Eagle Stadium. You know these guys are ready to fucking fight at any
To
point in
come
time.
to such a beautiful venue and be like, who won it?
Yeah.
Is crazy.
What do you
know
think it
what I love
was?
Is it like two people could be offended by something at my show, not what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's so many things that might offend you throughout the show, but
Yeah.
they said something to one another. Like somebody's head was just in the way or something. I
Yeah.
guarantee.
Yeah.
It was just something stupid, or like somebody's girl was talking, and then another dude was like, "Yo, tell your girl to be quiet." And then from there,
But
it's
that's
just
Philly.
fucking-
They're not going to cancel your career. They'll kill you.
Yeah,
They'll cancel your life.
Yeah, your life is done.
Yeah.
But yo, it was just so dope, and I just want to say thank you, man. I was really grateful. Everybody came out and showed love, and Philly always been showing us love, and you know, even when we were doing a comedy club there, like Helium, man, they just always came out.
Philly
and,
always showed love.
They really do, man.
Except the time they always wanted to kill you, but outside of that,
That was
they
just a
showed
few
love.
people from Philly.
Yeah.
That was a few people.
you
Even
can't
then,
judge
even
all of
then,
them,
it was
bro.
with love, though.
It was
yo.
with
my
love.
God.
It was
It was
with love, bro.
Like, yeah. Like that person loved their dad so much, they're like, you can't make fun of my dad. No
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
No,
Still
no.
live it. Well, okay, just chill.
Sorry,
Just chill.
yeah.
Alex brought the hammer down.
I did.
yo.
I had to.
I heard.
Al brought the hammer.
I heard.
down. You know what I'm saying?
Son, we
Dang,
ride.
who was lucky?
We ride.
Who was lucky?
It's gonna slide up on him.
You know what I'm saying? We was about to slide. No, when you think about it, they were actually really lucky they didn't try to kill me because they would end up dead.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Might
How
have-
lucky are they?
I would have ended up in jail though, but
No, you wouldn't end up in jail.
You been
That's
already. You ended up
self-defense.
going anyway.
I mean, I didn't.
You're a police officer.
Not at the
You're-
time.
Oh shit. Oh shit. We would have to hide a body and everything.
Yeah.
God damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa. Damn, Al.
Al, that's
Yo, Al's a criminal, bro.
Al, you're fucking nuts, bro.
Hey,
Yo,
we can turn this guy in, no?
doing?
I'm snitching, yo.
All
I'm
right,
snitching on Al.
attaboy.
Son, no,
I'm
you know
snitching
what
on
it
Al.
is? You deserve to go to jail in Sweden because God looked out for you in Philly.
There you go.
God was like, you're
Yeah.
going to have to pay the jail debt somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wait till you go to the softest place on the planet where you
Yeah.
can actually pay.
Yeah,
'Cause
well-
being in jail in Philly, bro.
That'd have been rough.
God
That'd
damn.
been real rough.
And murdering a famous person's son?
Come on.
Well, it wouldn't be murder. It'd be self-defense.
Yeah.
You're a hero, dude.
Yeah. The baby.
Yeah. You're the baby. You're basically the baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, yo, Philly, thank you so much. And yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's get into a lot of good stuff to talk about this week. This week has been very generous to us.
Yeah.
We have many conversations that we could have. Where shall we begin? Obviously, there's the big Rogan situation. Also, Al, if you throw the notes up, it'll be easier for me to stop stalling and then just get to the discussions. This is like when I'm reading an ad. Guys, if I'm ever reading an ad and I just repeat the same line a few times with like different levels of energy, that's me trying to get Al to wake the fuck up and keep scrolling down with the fucking copy. Okay? So now you guys know. All right? It's brought to you by Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the one bringing it to you. Blue Chew.
It is though. We do have them today.
Yeah, shouts to Blue Chew. Anyway, let's talk about it. Conor McGregor out here fucking people up again. Do you think Conor McGregor has CT? And I mean that sincerely.
I had that exact thought.
What do you think?
Either he's just completely fallen apart because the thing that he put his self-worth on, even though he has everything else, that's been taken. Or it's legit CTE.
So let's go off of number one. Like it's just ego, right?
Yeah.
I think that, when you build yourself up in your entire adult life, you think of yourself as like the most terrifying human being on the planet.
Yes.
Like you could fuck up anybody.
Yes.
Even though he can't fuck up the guys in the higher weight classes, regular pedestrians, you fucking them up.
Yeah.
Right? A DJ?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of DJs.
His self-worth is I kick people's ass.
Yeah. So now once you stop believing yourself that you can kick people's asses, I think you're incredibly sensitive to any provocation from a pedestrian.
Yes.
Right? From a civilian.
Yeah.
Right? So you have a situation where like you ever have somebody like somebody be condescending to you? Maybe they think that you're like broke or they think that you're like stupid or something like that.
And I'm insecure, so that drives me fucking nuts. and
then
I get real pissed.
Right? And then if they like laugh at you in like a weird way.
Yeah.
You're
I'll
like-
hate you forever.
Exactly, but because you're dealing with that insecurity.
Right. Yeah.
So Conor never had that insecurity. And now he has the insecurity himself, which
100%.
is maybe I can't fuck people up like I used to.
Yeah.
And then if a DJ, some Italian DJ at that.
Any Italian, really.
Yeah, well,
Any
from
Italian
Italy.
Yeah,
or
that's what I
any
mean.
DJ.
Yeah.
Any Italian or DJ could get fucked up together. This guy's asking for
Boom.
it.
An Italian DJ does something that it probably isn't even to you.
Yeah.
It's maybe to his wife. Maybe Conor says, hey, we should go to the next spot. And then he goes, yeah, sure. We'll go to the next spot or something like that. And maybe he's talking to his wife. Maybe it's an inside joke about his wife and they both don't like going to after hours places. So he's winking at his wife. Sure, we'll go to the next spot. Nothing to do with Conor. But Conor's so sensitive that motherfuckers don't respect him no more.
Yeah.
That immediately
Or
you getting punched in the mouth.
or the DJ was Italian and started playing bongos on her titties and shit like that.
Oh.
Do they do that?
I mean, Italians, that's how they
Yeah.
talk.
Al, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Al, I seriously, I wanted to yes and you, and I wanted to improv game
That's why
you,
you're not
but
good
I
improver.
have to bring this to a screeching halt.
You know how-
This is why I'm not good at improv.
You know how
I'm not
Cuomo is
gonna
very
pick up your
Italian?
dumb fucking. Oh,
Yeah.
that's Italian American. That's different.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I didn't know
Italian
that.
American.
I didn't know that. I didn't
These
know
are
that.
different people.
My bad.
Different group of people.
See.
Basically, what happened is in around 1492. This is true. All the straight people in Italy left.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And they moved to New York.
Yeah.
All the straight people in Italy moved
There's
to
only like 40
the
of them on the
Americas.
boat, though.
There was only 40 of them on the boat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gays. And the rest of them stayed there, and then they started doing fashion things, and they started caring about if the tomatoes were ripe. And that's just what they've been doing, really, for the last 500 years, maybe 550 years.
Got it.
Easily confusing situation,
My bad, my
not
bad.
your
That's
fault
on me.
at all. So straight Italians here, super straight,
Yeah.
bongos, titties.
Yeah.
Gays that are still in Italy doing their thing.
Gotcha.
So that's why we
Riding
see these
Vespas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slip-on shoes.
Yeah.
slip-on shoes, really tiny, those little Ferrari shoes.
Yeah.
Just wear socks. What are you doing?
Why
Just
Ferrari?
wear socks.
Yeah. Why Ferrari shoes? What
You're
is
not
that?
going to be fast.
No.
You're not fast.
Yeah.
Actually, the fastest man on the planet is actually Italian.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
The
true.
black guy that plays
Dad's black,
soccer?
American. It's
Original.
There
American.
we
blood.
go.
The fast
There
part
we
is
go.
American. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. You didn't get just be from your mom.
And the Ferrari shoes, probably.
Huh?
And the Ferrari shoes. I think
The Ferrari
he
shoes.
wore the Ferrari
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah, he wore the Ferrari shoes.
But it's like when you see a little kid in like Lightning McQueen shoes. You're like,
Son,
all right.
how are they not good at marathons? All they do is carbo load all day, every day.
Yeah.
All you're eating is pasta, and you're not good at marathons? With the Ferrari shoes?
I mean, you have to give it up for the metabolism.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You have to give it up for the metabolism. Like, they eat the food that you shouldn't eat. Like,
Straight carbs and live mad long.
the number one diet in America is just don't eat like an Italian. And they're still skinnier.
Yes.
You got to give it up to them.
100%.
What do you
is
think
it?
that is?
Is the food better?
I think the
I think
food...
they talk with their hands. It's just so much
it's
cardio.
more
and
exercise.
they talk so fast.
Yeah.
Their mouth is the Ferrari.
And also just sucking cocks.
Okay.
Like, I think a lot of the guys are just busy sucking
I
cocks.
think
Like
you nailed it on that.
the wife, because the wife is like, I have to go to the farmer's market, get the new cabbage. And then the husband's like, I'll suck the cocks. And bring it back.
Get the Alfredo.
Yes, we get the sauce. You get the pasta, I make the sauce. So we figured out Italy and why they're so skinny.
Yeah.
Yo, about Conor though, fighting is even more heightened, like you're saying.
Yeah.
I think anytime, like, imagine all of a sudden you just weren't funny anymore. Let's knock on wood because that's even fucked up to put out there.
Yes.
You're gonna spiral. Conor's entire.
How
entire.
are you
fucking-
superstitious about that?
Son. Don't, what are you doing? Come on, bro.
Gonna knock on
Hey,
wood?
hey,
Oh,
hey,
you've
hey.
never gone through that stage in your career where you're like, I don't know how to write jokes anymore.
I go fit every 3 years.
Dude, when we were starting out, Akaash and I think for a good like 7 years,
Yeah.
you'd be killing for 2 months and it'd just be like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
I got this figured out. This is exactly
Yes.
how I'm gonna do my special. And then you'd hit a rut, and then for a month, it would just be
You would
like,
get worse actively.
oh, God.
And
like,
usually, afterward, you'd grow more. But it's like a fucking valley to get to the peak.
yeah, for me, like that was always the growth process. It was like, and at first I didn't realize it, but it was like, do better, start doing worse. And then all of a sudden that was like the next growth stage. And eventually when I started doing worse, I was like, oh, okay, good. I'm about to grow.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. I'm going to be funnier. I'm going to understand the game more. But like before I understood that, oh, it was fucking brutal. I mean, I think there were times where I was like on the phone with, I can remember distinctly walking on Astor Place by the barbershop and just calling Akaash to be like, bro, I think I lost it. I think I lost it, bro. Like, I think I lost it. He's like, what are you talking about? I'd be like, funny, man. I used to be funny. Do you remember when I'm funny?
I remember this conversation.
I used to be funny, and then Akaash was like, dude, what are you talking about? You're funny. Like, no, I had it, bro. And I was going back in notes, and I was like, this is funny. Like, I haven't thought of anything like this in a while. And, but yeah, I remember that. And I remember I did a show that night. Oh, my God. Then we'll get off this. But I did a show that night, and I was so angry and so depressed that I actually had like a breakthrough. Like, I was so angry, so depressed, and it was a horrible show. I was in the fucking East Village. There was like 8 people there. And for some reason, like, I wasn't trying to do the jokes. I couldn't be anything but what I felt.
Yeah.
And the audience, like, really resonated with it and then just started laughing. And then all of a sudden, like, the jokes had new light.
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments where I realized, like, I need to be connected to the material. I need to, like, feel something about it. And I think if I didn't have that show, I would have quit comedy.
Yeah. He wouldn't be making a living a comedian, which means none of us would be making a living as a comedian. It's
A lot of other people would have quit comedy too.
crazy thing, you know?
I also think the audience that night knew you needed it.
They were like a little
your
scared.
memory is like, yeah, I connected. Like what you actually was said was like, if you guys don't laugh, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah. It was like the Joker moment.
You guys are all gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this guy's funny.
But in those times, you're fucking lost, man. And Conor's lost. He was, we thought the best in the world. Then now it's all gone. It feels like we're all just kind of looking at him like, yeah, you kicked my ass, but like.
Because think about all the
Not in the
interactions recently, right? And I'm not talking about when he punched the old guy in the bar, because old guys in bars can be dicks. Like that guy, he could have deserved
Yeah, that
it.
guy deserved it 100%.
Because he could be some fucking old barfly who's already drunk, and he thinks since he's old, nobody's gonna hit him. You know how like old guys talk like young women. You know what I mean? Like they say shit like there's no repercussions.
Yeah.
Like, son, I would have. Remember Larry Merchant was talking shit to Floyd?
Yeah.
And all of us were looking at Larry Merchant like, yeah, there's no way Floyd's doing shit. And he fucking
Didn't
knew
you say
it.
if I was younger, I'd have kicked your ass? Or
No,
something
you
like
wouldn't.
That?
That's the best boxer ever, Larry.
Yeah.
You were Larry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't throw punches, nothing.
As a man, you hit 70, you turn to a woman.
Exactly.
Socially, yeah.
100%. 100%. It is a freedom. That, like, oh, I can't wait.
I'm talking in Italian right now.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, bro. Come on,
Wait.
You want the
No one
info?
gives a
You
fuck.
Really,
want
who
the info?
cares?
Okay, no.
You're talking to
Oh,
an
no.
Italian?
He's withholding the info in Italian.
Yeah. Tell us. Oh, no, he's talking about Connor. I was like, well, they actually are gay. There's a 90% chance.
I thought you were
Your
just,
story. They can
Go,
just
go,
I thought you were just
right now.
bragging.
Go, what
I was
happened?
gonna get flagrant breaking news is over. Sorry.
Okay, go.
God, dude.
Excuse
Go.
me.
Yo, I know it's kind of gay to sit how I sit, but the way that Dove points his toe down,
Well, he's wearing Italian shoes.
I don't do that, right? Like I sit like this with my foot up because I'm ready to fucking, you know what I mean? I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready to be straight.
Yeah,
at any moment. Like
self-defense.
I'm so ready to be straight.
You're
dude.
trying to
Like,
lull them into it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if my father walked in the room, like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like I'm so ready to be straight, right? But Dove is like a goddamn ballerina, dude.
Yeah, bro.
What is that? What is that like? Like, isn't that like say my name, say my name?
Yeah, that's TLC.
Baby.
That's TLC.
Calling me baby.
Rhythm Nation. You were really good at that, by the way. You were switching them legs.
Son of a
real
dance
soon
teacher.
after.
Son of a dancer, bro.
Dance teacher, son. Son of a dance teacher. You
cut
thought I
some-
wasn't gonna be able to dance?
You could cut son of a dancer and just say dancer. You a dancer, bro.
Nah, I'm a son of a dance
He's a son of a
teacher.
dancer, dog.
Yo, I'm a son of a dancer, bro. I'm a son of a dance teacher.
That's the name of
Yo,
a book.
3-time U.S. ballroom dance champion.
Yeah.
I'll never
You know
hit
what I
on.
mean?
I'll never hit on Sandra Cameron. So you got that.
What? I had to cool it down, bro. That
Yeah.
pussy getting hot. You see? I had to cool it down, bro. I had to blow that shit real quick. Okay, tell us what happened,
You
bro.
want to read it? No, I don't want to do it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh God, dude.
Okay.
It's like having a girlfriend you don't want to fuck.
I know, right? You don't
Okay.
want to fuck this shit.
Okay, the girl says, I think he had the psychotic episode or something, drugs. Then Dove goes, maybe because he doesn't know what to do now that his career is over, Israel's great. We were in
Wait, did he say that?
yeah.
Oh, he
We
did?
were in a circle talking, deciding what to do. He wanted to go somewhere with the music. Oh, she was there.
Yeah.
Some said they were going home. Some said they were staying. Francesco said, okay, let's stay then. And yeah, he just turned his head slowly and threw punch. Open eyes emoji. And then his friends and guards had to hold them down because he wanted to keep beating Francesco. So I don't think it's something premeditated or rational.
Well, respond. You should respond to her.
Didn't you
Okay.
No,
just,
please. Fuck.
Wait, why not? Just
Did
respond.
he discuss this with you before? Didn't you just say that? He was like, you just gave that example.
Yeah,
That's kinda crazy.
TMZ Dove got on the scoop right before.
Yeah, wait. So she just agreed with everything we said. I just said, why are Italian men so gay? Okay.
I swear to God, no, please.
I did say that. That's what it is. I just want to know. I think it's an important thing to know.
Did he say it?
Okay.
Right. Yeah. You actually wrote that.
Yeah, of course I wrote it.
Well,
Of
maybe
course
we'll get
I
an
wrote it.
answer. She's Italian, right?
They're
Listen.
sweet people.
We never said
love
gay
Italian.
people are
Nah,
sweet.
they're sweet.
Why do you
They're
think gay people can't be sweet?
Okay, but yeah, I think that's what it is, man. Because if you look at the other interaction they had, that altercation with MGK, and it was the
Yeah.
same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody was alleging he asked for a pic, and the MGK was like, nah. And it was like, yo, you think you could disrespect me?
Yeah, nah, he should have fucked MGK for that.
Yeah, that is wild.
Take a picture, yo. All anybody's doing is taking pictures.
Have you ever turned out a picture in your life from someone?
Nah,
That's what I mean. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm
but
generous.
I will.
I turned down a
Connor asked
picture.
me for a picture. I'm turning that shit down. We making news today.
I want Connor to punch an Amish guy. Like, he's like, because they can't take pictures.
Yes, you can't use technology at all.
He's going to fight him. He's going to get pissed.
I turned down a picture in Philly. Somebody was like, "Yo, can I get a picture of Aziz?" I was like, "You would, coulda." Until that last word, and then
still
I just
said
got in
no?
my car and drove off.
Ah, that's
Damn.
fucked up.
But it
You're a
wasn't.
piece of
I'm trying to
shit.
be funny, Aziz. It was. I really think your name is Aziz, and I was
Oh,
like,
they were
"Yeah,
at the show,
yeah." No, they were at the show.
so they knew who you were.
They knew who you were.
He
so-
said, "I'm sorry, I forgot your name." After, and then I was like, we're good." He was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, I forgot your name." I was like, "It's all right."
Aziz would have taken a picture with him.
Aziz would have taken the picture with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, brought white wine when the bitch wanted red, probably.
I was trying to figure out what the joke was
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
I was like, I'll just let you make it. Brown on brown crime.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I gotta
Yeah.
take.
Go.
I think it's what's it called? Steroids. He's trying to heal from the injury, so they usually get on the combination of steroids and HGH
Hey,
to heal faster.
100%. So
That's
the
a valid
HGA increases cell growth, right? I mean, that's just what it is, right? But the steroids make perfect sense. That is interesting.
And he's not gonna have a fight for a while, so he's not gonna be tested for a while.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think that's what they do with a lot of athletes.
Yeah.
They're like, how do we just get you back sooner?
Yeah.
But that is really fucking interesting. It could be roid rage.
Because it's like little shit like that, so close together. It's
Roid
like,
rage maybe mixed with the other stuff we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because like you need to have some insecurity to have the rage in the first place.
yeah,
But I love the idea that that's what's making it irrational.
yeah.
Interesting. And he keeps showing himself in the fucking gym. I know he's been in the gym a lot, but it's like there's a lot of shirtless
Yeah,
selfies,
yep.
fam.
But if you're doing roids, you got to be on best behavior in general. Because you know that people are going to be like, oh, you have roid rage.
That's
As
if
soon as
people
you're-
know you on roids.
But like your girl knows, like everyone knows in your immediate circle you're doing roids.
Yeah.
And you can't just be acting crazy, so you got to be extra nice.
But you
Yeah,
don't
but what are you
think that
gonna
his
tell
girl
him?
knows that he's a wild boy?
Yeah.
Like I think she knows 100%.
She was with him as a poor wild boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gonna stay with him as a rich ass wild boy.
Yeah. I mean, the dude just got a yacht. Like the guy's balling. He got a Lamborghini yacht.
oh, yeah, I saw that shit.
And it looked crazy.
Yeah, that's far.
But it's like now you punching.
That's even more. That's like more telling right there.
What do you mean?
Like it's like now you're trying to flaunt because you're kind of down
It's
bad.
like a
and you're
midlife
like-
crisis, but it's mid-career crisis.
Yeah.
The best part is that he did this like 3 hours after his child was baptized at the Vatican. That's why they were in Rome.
I
I'm pretty
missed that
sure.
detail.
They were at the Vatican getting their child baptized.
Yo,
That's fly.
So did that DJ. That motherfucker got paid 2 baptisms in one night, bro.
Yeah, you about to see Jesus, motherfucker. What?
Yo, he was at the Vatican.
Yeah.
Got his child baptized and then punched an Italian DJ that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Rome dream,
Was
bro.
he sinning though? Was the DJ doing something super disrespectful?
Probably.
Maybe talking to his wife crazy? All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second because I got to say thank you. Huge thank you. We put up the tickets for Radio City Music Hall, iconic venue in not only New York, fucking America. And we put them up, and basically the show almost sold out in a day. It was unbelievable. I think we got maybe like 50 tickets left or something, but I was floored. My dad ended up walking to meet my mom, and a lot of you guys know my dad's memory isn't really there. And so he had forgot that, we told him that I was playing Radio City. He literally walks by Radio City Music Hall and gets to like be surprised by the fact that he saw his son's name on it. And that was a really cool moment. And he was very proud and made me very happy. And I'm just very grateful. And thank you guys so much for doing that. Just means a lot. So I just want to say thank you so much. The Infamous Tour, Philly was so much fun. Also, another iconic venue that we're going to, Chicago Theater. We sold out the first show, added a second show. Chicago, we're coming there November 13th. We added a second fucking show. Go get those tickets ASAP. TheAndrewSchultz.com. This weekend, we're in Indianapolis and DC. Indianapolis, maybe a couple tickets left for that one. DC, 2 shows. Warner Theater, sold out, man. Thank y'all so much. San Francisco, we added a second show at the Masonic. Fucking unbelievable, man. These venues are so gorgeous, so it's awesome to do this. Thank you, guys. There might be a few tickets left for San Francisco. Go check that out. Madison, Boston for New Year's. This week, we're going to add a few more shows. We'll tell you guys about that. We are coming to your city, so make sure you check those out. TheAndrewSchultz.com for tickets. The Infamous Tour. We are coming. And Akaash, what you got?
Yo, what's up? This weekend, I am filming the last parts of my special, the 21st through the 23rd in New Brunswick, New Jersey at the Stress Factory. November 6th, I'm going to be in Atlanta at the Red Clay Comedy Festival. Hurry up and buy your tickets because they're selling out. November 13th, I'm going to be at Fairfield Comedy Club. Come through, Connecticut. You ain't got shit else to do. November 26th and 27th, the days after Thanksgiving, I'm going to be at Zany's in Nashville. December 9th through 11th, I'm going to be at DC. In DC at the Comedy Loft. And January 7th and 8th, I'm going to be at Hyenas in Dallas. I'm coming home. So everybody back home, I expect you there. Buy tickets at AkaashSingh.com. Alex, hit it!
And guys, if you're in the tri-state area, if you have a podcast or looking to start a podcast, head over to WTFmediastudios.com. You can book some time there. You can do a consult with either me or Wheezy. And we also have a photography space. So head over to WTFmediastudios.com. And now let's get back to the show.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second because I got to make sure that you guys are getting stiff, okay? Fellas, you don't have to do the heavy lifting no more, okay? You let Blue Chew take care of that for you, okay? You don't got to get yourself in the mood. You let Blue Chew take care of that for you. If you want to break backs, okay, you want something you could hang a mink coat on, you get that Blue Chew and you're going to be bricked up, ready to go, and giving your girl the time of her life. Chiropractic treatments. Hardest cock she's ever felt, hardest cock you've ever felt. Get girthy with Blue Chew, okay? Use that promo code Flagrant. You're going to get it for free. You just go to BlueChew.com, use the promo code Flagrant. You get it for free. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Flagrant, $5 shipping. Get girthy. Okay, now let's get back to the show. Was the DJ doing something super disrespectful?
Probably.
Maybe talking to his wife crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're up on that religious shit, like you are locked in, you are walking. What is that beautiful thing that Michelangelo painted the ceiling
Sistine
of?
Chapel.
The Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
What? Why am I supposed to know that, bro? You got 16 chapels. I'm supposed to know all these fucking chapels,
Isn't
dog?
that one of the fucking clues in one of these stupid ass books that you
Yeah.
read?
Yo, don't disrespect Dan Brown, son. Don't disrespect
He
Dan
texted me the
Brown,
other
son.
day, bro. He texted me,
don't
he goes,
disrespect him,
he
son.
texted me and Dub. This is how I knew he wanted to keep it private. He texted me and Dub all the way. He goes, yo, which Kindle do I get? I was like,
Dan Brown coming out with a slapper, son.
Son,
You crazy if you don't think that I'm rocking down a Kindle. First thing,
new
download it.
New show.
know.
Trash.
Yo.
Trash.
Hey, he likes
Yo,
the
yo, yo.
books.
Yo, yo,
He
yo,
likes
yo,
the
yo.
books,
I know.
okay?
Is he a filmmaker or is he a writer?
What's the new
He's
book
a writer.
called?
All right.
What is he?
He's a writer.
He's a writer.
All right.
What's the new book called?
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
He just,
Come on, y'all.
yeah, he
I
just
can't-
wants
I
to
can't
chin
let
up to
y'all
see a
know.
little bookworm.
Listen,
He a
nah.
little bookworm.
You're not part of the book club? You don't know about it?
You don't know
I'm getting
about
emails
it?
and all that shit.
17th chapel.
100%.
Yeah, idiot.
Yeah. No, but for real, Dan Brown gonna come out with another slapper is what he does, dog.
Yeah.
And a lot of motherfuckers like y'all will be jealous, but then watch Harry Potter, read Harry Potter, do all
Harry
that
Potter
shit.
better than anything
Dorks.
Dan Brown ever wrote in his life.
That's a fact.
In his life,
That's
bro.
a
In his
fact.
life.
That's a
In
Bro,
his
he's about to
life,
go McGregor
dog.
on your ass right now, bro.
Son.
Hey, 7 masterpieces, dog. 7 Dan Brown wrote one
He's
good
about to
ass
get
book.
roid rage.
Son,
Couple follow-ups.
What is so special about Harry Potter?
Everything?
The teacher of the dark arts is weird this season.
Yeah.
Next book, the teacher of the dark arts is weird this season. It's
a
the
curse-
same
it's
shit
a cursed
over and over
position.
again.
You
for
can't have a
children.
cursed
It's
position.
fucking Blue's
It's a
Clues,
cursed
and
job.
you guys like it. You like fucking Blue's
Don't
Clues.
talk about clues, Da Vinci.
Damn, Clues is fire. I ain't gonna front. Clues is fire.
Yeah,
son.
Da Vinci Code is more like Blue's Clues,
is
bro.
fire.
We just
Think about
got
it.
a
You want to
letter.
solve these mysteries every single time. Did you not like the book? Did you read Da Vinci Code?
Oh, I like the book.
Yo,
but it
your
ain't
boy
better
was
than Harry
getting
Potter's.
pussy off that book back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Bring it up on the old phone, the fucking 3G, the iPhone 3G. When
Son,
it
how
would take
late
a
did you read
minute
that
for the
book,
fucking
dog?
pictures to...
How late did you read that book, dog?
I don't
That
even
shit came out
think
like
iPhones-
2000.
LT?
I don't think iPhones is out
Is it
yet, bro.
LTE?
That shit came out like
I be getting
02.
on these girls trying to show them how, Paul was putting his hand up against Jesus' throat.
Oh.
You know what I mean? In that picture of the last dinner?
Yeah.
You never seen that? Also, who eats dinner like that?
Yeah.
Super weird.
The worst
And
situation
for
for
your
dinner.
last dinner?
Yeah. Yo, last
the
time boys
last
getting
one-
together, we're gonna see like a bar. You know what I mean? Like you can't chat at all.
Word up. They
Yeah.
literally were at a bar.
No
Yeah,
vibe
yeah.
at all.
Did they talk about that? Was there no other depiction of the dinner?
They had to get lit for the gram. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
come and get this
Oh,
picture
it's for
real
the
quick,
picture.
bro.
Yeah.
For the
He
picture.
was a hoe for the grandma.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't do a
That's
tablecloth.
wild.
They
He
didn't
did
do a
ask
tablecloth.
for a
Right,
He
it
was, right? Like he was. Like, yo, is water the one? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yo,
David Blaine.
Hey, write this down. Write this down. Like he's just walking around the whole time. Write this down was take the pic.
Yeah, you're right.
Like who got that many stories about them back in the day?
Right.
Yeah.
How
You're
many
not
people got that
wrong.
many stories?
He had a little publicist all the time
Son,
on
my
him.
man was all for the gram.
Yeah.
Jesus was for the gram.
First
The
celebrity.
Grail.
He was for the grill. Like,
Yeah.
but for real, when you think about it, that was like, that was the Kardashians, bro. That was Real Housewives of Bethlehem. That was like when you talk about the 12 of them just getting into hijinks every single day, going making parties super lit.
Entourage.
Right? It might have been. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Lord and Savior.
That might be respect
Sometimes it
in a
was
weird
fighting,
way.
you know what I mean?
Sometimes
they had
it was
drama. They
fighting,
had a lot
bro.
of drama.
I'm not trying to disrespect the
daddy
Lord and
issues.
Savior.
You know what I mean? Dad not there.
Yo, how you got daddy issues with two dads? Like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? You got double dads. You had double dads, yo. That's not crazy. Like, don't give me no daddy issue shit. You had double dads. Also, your first dad is the most trustworthy, like, faithful human being on the planet.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got the other dad is literally God. If Jesus said he got daddy issues, I got a fucking problem. I'll become a Jew right now if he said he got daddy issues. I mean, is that in the
That's a
Bible?
lot to live up to, yo.
What do you
That's
mean?
a lot to live up to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You got to be perfect. He had to be perfect.
Why?
Those
He
big
was as
shoes
good
to
as he
fill.
could be.
Why?
Because one dad is Joseph and the other dad is God.
But
So
he's
if you
also
fall short of
God,
that,
though.
You ain't shit.
So, but he gets to be a bad boy. He gets to be a bad boy, going to flipping tables, going into
Yeah.
the temple,
Yeah,
flipping
yeah.
tables.
But he didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? He had a lot to live up to. Big ass shadow. Big ass shadow. Hey,
What?
yo. Hey,
What
yo.
shadow? I don't believe that.
God created shadows, yo. That's the shadow.
Jesus didn't know that God was his dad until he died. Yo, son, he died.
This
he
ain't
went
Star
up there.
Wars, dog. You think he found out mad late?
You're thinking of Star Wars, I think.
You should understand. You're in the shadow of a 3-time ballroom champion.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
You should understand,
shadow,
son.
Son of a
That's a
dancer,
fact,
bro.
bro.
that shadow
That's a
is fucking
fact,
heavy
bro.
and it's hard.
Son of a
but, No,
dancer.
but can we be honest with you? I don't think Jesus knew that his dad was God
At the
until
very
he
end,
died.
and then God was like, Jesus, I am your father. And then,
Yeah, remember that part of the Bible when he says that? Now, it is true
Like,
that, like,
no, he had one hand.
Yeah.
son, I'm being serious now. He didn't know his whole life that God was his dad. He wasn't walking around going, God's my dad.
So why he's doing all these miracles? For what?
For
He
the
didn't
love
know-
of the game.
How he know he had that in him?
For the love of the game.
How he know he could do that?
for the love of the game.
It's like Spider-Man. He could just do it whenever he wants.
No, he couldn't do it. He has the cartridges. If you read the fucking books, nerd.
I watched
read the
the movie.
comic books,
I
bro.
watched the movie.
Say
I'm like
what?
you fucking dork.
Yeah, you clearly didn't watch the new movie because it's not inside.
I know I didn't watch the new
It's
movie. I
cartridges.
watched one when I was a
Wait,
kid.
is it cartridges?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What you mean? Why?
Ain't nobody
thought-
got webs in their
I
wrists.
thought he was a
Stupid.
spider.
He's a Spider-Man.
For the crawling.
Yeah.
He can crawl and climb. You don't got fucking webbing in your
lizard
wrist.
man.
That's
You guys are
crazy.
crazy,
That's lizard
bro.
man,
These
bro.
people are crazy.
So you think humans are gonna have webs come out of them? You're
How
bugging.
many spiders shoot webs? 0.
All of them.
No, they don't shoot it.
They
Yeah, I
shit.
mean, it
that
comes
shit
out.
comes out like yarn.
That's
Yeah.
how his
So
shit
that's what
goes.
he would have. He'd have yarn webs. He'd just be able to put it there and then drop down like a fucking yo-yo.
Yo, you asking for a lot of accuracy in a comic book movie about a radioactive
Hey yo,
spider.
hey yo,
Yo.
hey yo.
Yeah.
What you think your religion is? Comic book. You know what I'm saying? We ask for accuracy there. Do we not? Do we not? Dub, talk about a movie made about it.
The Mahabharata coming out. I mean,
Coming
they've done
out
it
now.
thousands of times. Original.
I
Marvel.
am very curious to see how y'all do that because there's some wild stories.
Wait, what's
in there.
this? What's this? I don't
That's
know.
No, they've already done it hundreds of times. The Mahabharata. Everything.
I'm
about
curious to
it.
see
It's
how
comic
America
books.
does it.
You never seen Mortal
There's
Kombat?
some
The
wild
bad guy that
stories
got all
in
the
there.
fucking
Yeah.
arms and shit like that.
Bro,
the
there
weird
could be
haircut.
Indian
It's comic
terrorists,
books.
bro.
Say what?
There could be Indian terrorists. You can't talk crazy. Like that.
Indian terrorists?
Yeah.
That was
If you-
What are you
hilarious.
talking
If
about?
you keep disrespecting Indians, they might get mad.
They've been terrorizing my naval cavity ever since I was fucking 5 years old.
Which
Naval
Less
cavity?
funny joke.
Naval cavity,
Nasal,
dog.
nasal.
I'm in naval cavity. I was like, were you in the Navy?
I know. Why are you in your belly button? What's happening?
Yo, the joke was already bad, but I thought I could sell it with attitude, and I thought I could sell it with conviction, and then I fucked up the word.
yeah, that's
And then
wild.
Mark didn't know what naval was, and he thought it was about boats, but it's about your belly button.
I didn't understand what's going on.
Okay, but no, in all seriousness, did Jesus know that he was the Son of
Yes,
God?
yeah, he found out Matthew 14:33. After
Oh, but that's
Jesus
late in
walks
the book.
on water, the disciples tell Jesus, "You really are the Son of God," in response to the question, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter replied, "You are Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus answered him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah." And Bar in Hebrew means son of.
But wait, he didn't know till after he walked on the water? He took a real chance, bro. He really said, let's go.
Also,
Hey,
his boys
hey.
hyped him up so good.
Hey,
How
that's
deep
what
was
I'm
the
saying,
water,
bro.
though?
That's what I'm saying. He didn't go in the water because he knew Pops was saying you could walk on water. The dude believed in himself. He was doing it for the love of the game, bro. This guy was real.
But his boys hyped him up
But
so
he
much.
found out before he died.
Say what?
He found out before.
We don't know
Well
about
before.
that. We don't know about
You
that.
literally he just said it.
What is? Oh, that's facts. You trust everything Paul says?
Yeah, I trust Paul. I don't trust
Right?
Judas.
Yeah, you trust
I
Pontius
don't trust
Pilate?
Judas.
You
I
trust
trust
Pontius?
Paul.
Do you trust Pontius?
No, I don't trust Pontius like I
do you
trust
trust
Paul.
Pontius?
Trash
Not like
ass
I trust
name, by
Paul.
the way.
Yo, do you trust Pontius?
Not like I trust Paul.
Do you even know who Pontius is?
No, who cares?
Exactly. Do you even know who wrote the Bible?
Yeah,
Who?
the disciples.
No. No, son. No.
Yo, I know who wrote the Bible.
Who wrote the Bible?
God.
There we go. That's the right answer. That was a trick
Hey.
question, but now you kind of got it. But actually, it was written by a man.
Who God.
John. He wrote 3:16 at least. He wrote 3:16. He did. That shit slaps, bro. John had bars. Who had better bars than John, though?
So that was the best one.
Psalms goes.
Yeah,
Yo, you know
Psalms
how,
are
you
fire.
know how
Goes
fire
hard
that,
in the
that
paint.
bar is, though? Because I don't even know the bar. I just know John 3:16.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what John 3:16
I
is.
just know Stone Cold 316.
Is that
Yo,
what it
that's
is?
the only
Yo, it's
one.
Austin 316, dog.
Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right.
Forgiveness.
My
He doesn't
bad,
even
my
know
bad,
that.
my
Wait,
bad.
what is it? Which
My
one is
bad.
It's
it?
Austin 316.
Yeah, Austin
Yeah.
316. Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
I don't even know.
For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, so that we might not perish but have eternal life. John 3:16.
Hey, man, that's just a summary of the
Yo.
Bible, bro.
John got slappers, dog.
I don't know what Austin
John is
3:16
Jay
is. though.
Z of the Bible when you think about it. Like he's Jay.
He might be.
Who else is there?
He might be.
Psalms. Who did Psalms?
I don't know, bro.
Solomon, King Solomon, I think wrote that shit.
Solomon, bro. And he didn't even need his name all over it like John did. He said, "Nah, it's not me.
Solomon.
This
He
is
just gets the
Psalms."
Nicky. He gave the Nicky.
Nah, but he don't got no P in his name. It's not Solomon,
Well, he
right?
tried to throw the
I
cent
don't
off.
think so.
No, it's Psalms.
That's how we spell it. Maybe he spelled it Solomon.
Maybe
back
it's a
in the day.
pseudonym, bro.
Yeah, maybe it is a pseudonym, dude. Real talk. There's many different things, dude. Maybe he had pneumonia, and then he forgot. He spelled his name wrong because he was so sick with
Yeah,
pneumonia.
he's fighting pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Come on.
yeah. It's very psychological when you think about
It
it.
is. Okay, so is it true that when Jesus died,
I can almost tell you it's not true. I can tell you right now.
I'm being serious.
It's not
Is it true when Jesus died, a little part of the devil was mixed with him, and then it was placed in 7 different items that needed to be destroyed in order for Jesus to rule the kingdom? Is that true? Yes or no? Is that true?
That is
That
true.
is true.
That sounds like a whack ass fairy tale.
That's why they cut that shit out the Bible.
Hey,
That's why they cut it out the Bible,
Bro, how are you going to disrespect J.K. Rowling?
Dog.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, I'm fighting.
He's
the wrong
disrespecting
fight?
J.K.
My
Rowling.
bad.
No,
that
you
was
on my
fire.
team.
No, that was fire, son. That was fire, bro. Yo, run that shit back.
Fuck, son. Yeah, nah, JK is trash, bro.
Nah, run that back. That was fire.
JK is trash.
Harry
compared
Potter,
to-
bro, masterpiece.
She hasn't written any other billion-dollar franchise except Harry Potter.
That's
doing,
it.
Doing nothing with her life.
No, she did.
What?
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts.
They call them beasts.
He was trying to think of an anti-trans book, but he couldn't think of one.
Yo, she hates trans. She just put out a thing called Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Is it about trans?
No, but she wouldn't call them fantastic.
Why not? She thinks that they're fantastic.
Does she?
I think fantastical less
Oh,
than
like
a,
fantasy?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now.
Wait, how did you think it was?
I
Oh,
think
like
fantastic,
incredible.
like wonderful.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
the best beasts.
That is kind of funny. It is kind of funny that like she of all people would push back against the trans thing, like people being like creative and
You
making
believe in
things up.
wizards, bitch. Like, what you talking about?
She didn't believe in them, but she does believe in like fantasy
Yeah.
and being able to live in this world that you make up, and it's obviously completely not real. You know what I mean? Like, come on, nah. Come on, nah. Come on, nah. Come on, nah. You know, J.K. Rowling's.
I can tell Dub wasn't paying attention right now.
Yeah.
He wasn't paying attention right now because you would have been like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
He's doing damage control in his Italian.
Come on, dogs. We out here, bro.
Got
We
the
out
unsend
here.
going.
Okay.
What was your
Mikey's a
answer, by the way?
piece, by the way.
Do we know?
You want her Insta? Lady Facchinetti.
Okay. Do we know if Jesus knew or
Was
not?
that a joke?
No, that's her.
He just told you when Jesus knew, bro, after he walked on the waters.
Walk on.
He knew
After he did the water,
He knew the whole
everybody
time.
was like,
Yeah.
no, he didn't know the whole time, Mark.
Bro, he's the son of God. He is God. He knows that shit. Off rip.
Son, we don't even know if our dads are real
How are we
dads.
not going to defer to the Catholic on
Like,
that?
nobody knows if your dad...
Thank you.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Also, how relatable is that story,
Nah,
too?
with you, you know.
With me, maybe.
I look at you and I look at your dad and I'm like,
It's
yep.
crazy.
Wait, why?
Crazy resemblance.
Bro, you are your dad, dog.
Crazy
why?
resemblance.
When you take a picture with your phone, you put your hand on your hip.
I love putting my hand on my hips. But my dad doesn't know how to take pictures of phones. He barely knows how to answer a fucking phone. But no, there are some things I do that are very similar.
You
from
look
my dad.
similar.
Yeah.
Your dad's much nicer, but you look similar.
Yeah, he's nicer. But like expressions and stuff like that. Like now when like something happens,
Yeah.
you know, like I'll say things my dad says. Like if something happens like in the street
Yeah.
or something like that, I'll be like, you know,
Damn Mexicans.
pretty much.
yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what my dad said. I just say that.
No, I mean, do you guys figure that out? Like as you get older, you see the resemblances like with your parents and
Yeah.
things that you're not like them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Like what have you noticed?
Well, I mean, I actively tried not to be like my dad in a lot of ways.
Do you notice parts of yourself that are very similar? Like-
Yeah, more so with my mom, I think. But then, yeah, definitely there's parts. And I always hear that when you have kids, you see the parts you hate about yourself and your kid and drives you fucking crazy. Because it's like, I know he's being like a shit right now, but that's for me.
Yeah.
And it really drives you crazy.
Yeah.
That I don't look forward to. A little smart ass kid, and I want to get annoyed. And I'm like, that's just me.
Yeah. You put that in him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It sucks because whatever you reward also is going to, or whatever, not even reward, whatever they see you doing
Yeah.
and being successful with, they're going to repeat.
Yeah, I hear that. That's exactly what I hear. They are little mirrors.
Yeah. What about you, Mark?
I mean, when I was in Miami, I transformed into my
To
dad.
your dad.
Yeah, pretty much. Literally, like all my dad would do all day is like lay out in the sun. He would like go for a run, lay out in the sun, like listen to a podcast, read a book, listen to like house music so loud on the speakers or like in his headphones, and then just like do business calls, just walking around the pool. And then we were in Miami, and Alicia took a picture of me, and she was like, "What are you doing? You just became your dad." I'm literally wearing like short shorts, just walking around the pool, listening to fucking house music. I didn't even know that I was doing it until she pointed out. I was like, "Oh shit!"
But you were
It just
listening to
happened.
Olivia Rodrigo, not House.
Well, it was a dance remix, actually. It was by this Italian DJ. Yeah, he can't smell very well, but he's really good at mixing. He's a really good guy.
What about you, Al?
I notice I'm rigid like my mom. Like if a plan change, I'm like, I don't want to do it no more.
Also, a sign of autism.
That-
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I'm high functioning autism.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I'm
is
running with
interesting.
that.
Just finding like these parts of your parents. I don't know. I think that like I thought I was so similar to my father growing up just because I loved him so much and like I wanted to be him.
Yeah.
But like as I got older, I started to notice so many similarities with my mom.
Yeah.
And it was kind of shocking. And that's probably why we like butted heads at time, you know,
Yeah.
because like I'm sure she saw some of this stuff in me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying,
Yeah.
like you start to see the things that are annoying about
Right.
you and your folks or whatever, and your kids. But yeah, I remember going through that. I think it was maybe like late 20s.
Yeah.
Or something like going like, holy shit. Like my whole life I thought I was just my dad. We were the same person. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm my mom.
Yeah. And that's why you love your dad so much, because you and
That's
your
why he loves me. He just got two of this bitch. I can't believe when I call my mom bitch.
can't.
Even jokingly. Yo, just try it. It's fun.
Nope.
This bitch came to my show in Philly, bro. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It was amazing.
Yeah. She was inviting people back to the green room.
Yep.
She invited like 10 people to the green room.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy ass bitch.
what? White moms,
just a
white
word.
Yeah,
It's-
white
I
moms
know,
tolerate it.
I know. I just.
What if you happen to marry a white woman one day and then your
Happened to.
kids speak to their mom like that?
Oh, yeah. Your kid's definitely going to call your girl, well, your wife, a bitch.
No.
100%.
Nah, the black side of me is gonna be like, nah, we don't do that.
Nah, bro. By that point, it's a quarter.
Bro, you call every white woman a bitch.
Except my mom. Yeah. Except my mom.
They're going to learn it from you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna. This will be the first
Yeah,
word.
They're
they
gonna
don't got a
realize.
chance,
You
dog.
call everybody a bitch except your mom. That's
They
it.
don't got a fucking chance. New Epstein information. It's crazy how little fucking people care about Epstein anymore. They were right.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about the Epstein thing?
Yep.
Whoever they is, were right. They're sitting back and they're going, yeah, they're going to care about it. They're going to make shirts that say Epstein didn't kill himself. And they're going to have some like fodder. And they're actually going to have more fun with the fodder than actually they care about getting a result.
Then they care about justice.
Yeah, then they care about justice, just knowing what happened. They just want something to bicker about. That's what we are. Like, that's what the mask thing is right now. That's what the vaccine thing is. Like, you just need things to distract you, right? Like, you just need something. There's need to be something we cry about. And we have to be polarized. It has to be teams. And there always has to be some discussion. And it was everybody hates Trump. And now there's not a figure that everybody really hates. Like, people don't like love Biden or hate Biden. He's just kind of like there, and we don't have enough access to him. He doesn't say enough things for us to like be pissed off him. So there needs to be another thing: the mask, the vaccine, whatever. But with the Epstein thing, they were fucking right. They're like, they're gonna bicker about it, but life is too good for them to actually do something, and then they'll just move on.
Right.
And we fucking moved on. And now like new information came out, which is kind of interesting because it almost like supports QAnon a little bit, the new
Yeah.
info. And I think this is what's really cool about it. So what is QAnon? QAnon believed that Trump was really out there to get the pedophiles out of here, right? That's like the crux of their belief system, right? Is like, hey, we're against pedophilia, and this guy is in office because he wants to weed out the pedophiles from DC and Hollywood. He wants to get them the fuck out of here. Now, I never knew why the fuck they believe this shit, right? But okay, maybe they believe it. This new information comes out, and basically Epstein thought that Trump had gotten him locked up so that he would flip on Bill Clinton.
Right.
Because Trump believed that he had information on Clinton, right? Which many people believe, as Clinton had visited the island and been to the house a bunch, etc. And so essentially what happened is Epstein goes, okay, Trump's got me locked up so that I can drop dime or whatever is that the term on Clinton and completely destroy the Clintons' chance to influence any sort of election, to be influential in politics, just destroy that fucking name, and that just helps out Trump. In general, and the Democratic Party takes a big hit because that is the focal point. They're essentially the leaders of the party at that time.
Right.
There's also information. I guess Steve Bannon believed that Epstein had some shit on Trump. But what is interesting is, if the QAnon people are looking at this like, "Yo, Trump is about to expose Clinton," they rightfully believe he's going after pedophiles.
Right.
What they don't know is the reasoning behind it.
Right.
He's not doing it because he's like, I got to get the pedophiles out of here. He's doing it for self-preservation. Right. He's doing it because he's like, yo, I need to make sure that I can have as much strength as possible. So I need to cut the legs out of the people that are opposing me, off of the people that are opposing
100%.
me. Right. So they have nothing to stand on. And so it is kind of funny. It's like you look at the QAnon people, you're like, well, you kind of weren't right,
Kind of weren't right.
but you kind of weren't wrong.
Yeah, but the other thing that is damning is he might have had info on Trump, and that's where
Yes.
QAnon is like, well, that's your guy. That's supposed to be exposing everybody. He might have got exposed. But I am curious, what were the things that they thought he had on Trump again?
There's still talks about the P tape and
P tape,
basically
there it
this Michael Wolff guy. He's the guy who wrote the book Fire and Fury and Fire or some shit like that back. So he's going to put out another book.
Right.
And because Trump makes money, bro.
I know. And that's where a lot of it, I'm like, are you exposing truths or do you just need another hit?
Yeah, he wants another hit. And I
Yeah.
think that he's going to, manipulate the facts.
Yeah.
It's just like, what is it called? Statistics.
Right.
I think I took a statistics class in college and they were like, there are 3 lies. Lies, big lies, and statistics.
Yeah.
And you could just make a statistic work for whatever
Right.
you want. This guy knows he's going to sell way more books going, hey, Trump got pissed on by Russian hookers.
Right.
Than, no, there was no P.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who's buying the book if
Yeah.
there's no P?
Right.
Right? And I don't even give a fuck if he got peed on.
Yeah.
As long as they were above the age, you don't care.
I mean,
The guy wears makeup.
it would be entertaining. It would be a funny story.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like in terms of
is-
discrediting him as a politician.
Nah, but
Like,
it does look weak for the U.S. president to get pissed on.
Yeah.
if he's paying for it, pee on me, bitch.
Yeah.
That's lit.
Nah.
If you're getting pissed on
You
and you don't
piss
have
on
a
somebody.
choice, then that's fucked up. But if you're telling someone to pee on you,
You wouldn't get more respect for him if you found he got pissed on by Russian hookers?
Yeah.
The only president to get pissed on by Russian hookers? That's
Not the
fire.
only. No way the only. And if he pissed on Russian hookers, I
That's
respect that.
lit.
Well, how do you know it's
I don't
only one
respect
way?
that.
I respect that.
I don't respect because that's
respect
too
it.
insecure. Like to me,
Yeah.
that's super insecure. It's like you're so insecure that you have to pay a girl to pee on her so you can feel dominant. Nah, that's whack.
You're going to get pissed on?
Yeah, you're
That's
so the
whack.
man.
No,
You
stop
feel
it,
you are
bro.
so the man
Stop it,
that
bro.
you have to be degraded in order to come down to regular level.
So a cuck is the most manly guy on earth? You're so secure
good.
with your wife, you're just going to watch her get fucked by somebody else.
It's doing it to your wife. If that's what I can't do the what's it called shit. Listen, I'm not secure enough. I don't want a girl to spit in my fucking mouth. You know what I mean? I want to spit in a girl's mouth. But I can't, because I'm not secure enough to have a girl just fucking dominate me like that. I don't like that shit at all.
Yeah.
I don't even like my girl to be suggesting positions in sex, but I
Yeah,
got it.
whoa.
I'm driving. You know what I mean?
Y'all be having convos? Seriously?
Say what?
Y'all be talking like that?
Yeah, you wanna hop on top. You know what I mean? Get that spine straightened.
What?
Come on, bro. Sometimes you gotta go pelvis to pelvis.
That's the only way. Right?
What if Trump pulled the R. Kelly like a compy cum situation? That's fire.
He peed on them or they peed on him?
Nah, on them. But like was able to pull that off. At his age, that's
You got drugs and shit like that now. Like he's so hopped up on like whatever legal meth they got, Adderall, fucking Viagra, Blue Chew, shouts to the Chew. Like
don't put that in with that.
What? What? I'm just saying, like we out here with performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah, you're right.
Effective medication.
Yeah, old dudes nothing don't impress me no more. You know what I mean? Like we out here. Like that's
Did
the
it
song.
used to impress you?
Say what?
Did it used to impress
Hell
you?
yeah, like
Pre-Viagra, if
You
you're
saw
80
old
and you're
dude
still
nothing?
coming?
Yeah, like if you are old, exactly pre-Viagra.
It didn't,
old
we didn't say it
person
turned us
fucking-
on. We said it impressed us.
Yeah, even porn, like being able to nut on cue and that kind of shit, super impressive.
That is impressive.
How does he say looking so young though? Versus like Trump over
You think he looks young?
Yeah, that's wild.
in
He's
terms of
trying
like
to make it.
the evolution of Obama at the start of the presidency versus like
He started
Trump.
old. Obama started young. Once
Yeah.
you already look old, you don't age that much.
Also, I think Trump's preserved.
Biden was bodying people in the primaries and then aged 10 years or just his
No,
function.
I think
just-
Biden's been looking old.
Yeah,
He
Biden's
looks the
been
same
looking
to
old.
me.
But
just
now he's
Obama
walking
looks
old.
so youthful.
And Obama was pure black hair, so when he went gray, that's when it's like, yo, you've aged.
Okay, Trump just has
Trump
an
dies
energy.
and shit already.
He's not.
Yeah, it's drugs. He's on meth. He's on the legal version of meth. What is it? Adderall or what's the other one? There's another one.
Vyvanse?
Vyvanse is another one. There's another one.
I don't know.
It was what we used to.
Provigil, I heard, is
No,
one that
no,
you
when
can
we
like
were
stay up all
younger,
night.
Ritalin?
Ritalin. These
Ritalin.
types of things. Yeah. He's taking B12 shots. Like the guy's getting all the boosters so that he can have energy. So are all these politicians. They're fucking 80 years old. Like if I don't sleep 8 hours, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
You tell me these people are sleeping 4 hours at 80 years old and they have energy to perform and fly all around the country. You're saying they're not on some shit? They're on some shit. 100%. You don't think Elon Musk is on shit? He's got your fucking nootropics and all this stuff.
Allegedly.
They're on all this, guaranteed. They have to be.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But yes, they have to.
Guaranteed they have to be, but also allegedly.
I'm saying allegedly because we have to. But they're on it. There's
It is,
no way
it
that's
is weird though
national
that you
interest.
waited until Elon Musk is on nootropics to be like, whoa. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Can't be slandering people.
I got my Tesla, son.
Yeah,
that
but it's
motherfucker will just
he's
make
not
my shit
fucking
crack,
Ritalin and
bro.
meth. He said
Yeah,
meth.
we don't need that Tesla.
Yeah, son.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second because when it comes to gambling, you got to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck, okay? And that bang that you're going to be getting is with MyBookie. MyBookie.ag is where you can bet all your favorite sports with exclusive promotions, contests, and more. Find your winning bets, okay, over at MyBookie.ag. Right now, when you make your first deposit with MyBookie, you'll instantly receive double your first deposit bonus. Think about that. You will be able to gamble with free money. That means you can win money with free money. You're doubled up. That means double the winnings. Okay? It is an absolutely amazing deal. And you can do that when you go to mybookie.ag and sign up and use the promo code Flagrant. Okay? MyBookie is doubling that first deposit bonus instantly up to $1,000. How's that for fast money? Use your extra funds to bet on this week's biggest games, including the battle between the Chiefs and the Titans, where airmail offense takes on smash mouth football. Look for the score to run up quickly. Bet the over if you're asking me. The promotion is only available for a limited time, so don't miss out. Head to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Flagrant and secure your double deposit bonus today. That is promo code Flagrant, so you can double your funds to double your winnings. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Now let's get back to the show. What else we got, man? Should we talk about our boy Rogan?
Going at it with Sanjay.
We gotta call him Columbus the way he taking out Indians. the way that Rogan bodied Sanjay Gupta, dude, I'm disappointed. Were
I'm
you
glad you
disappointed?
say his name correctly.
Sanjay.
Yeah.
Sanjay.
I hate that he says Sanjay.
I know
'Cause
Akaash hates this dude.
It's not hard to say Sanjay.
Akaash don't like it when Indians pronounce their name white
On purpose for no reason.
for white people. I like when they do that because they recognize where the fuck they are. You should pronounce your name based on the country that you decide to live in. So like when I was in Spain, I would say my name is Andrew, and then I would just go Andrew so that they would understand it.
Yeah.
But you could just say Andrew because they don't know how to
But if
pronounce.
they called you Andrew, would you be like, actually, it's Andrew?
No, I just go Andrew. That's fine. That's the best that you could do.
If you
your
said-
tongue doesn't work the way my tongue works.
If you said Andrew and they said Andrew, I wouldn't correct. I don't. It's up to you how you say your name.
yeah.
So for him, and Sanjay is not Andrew. It's they. You guys can say Sanjay.
But I wasn't choosing to spend my life in Spain.
Yeah, but you can say
I was
Sanjay.
spending like a year.
You see the difference though. They can't say Andrew. You said it. Americans can all say Sanjay. It's
Yeah.
an easy name.
Say it. Try to say it.
Sanjay. Sanjay. I have respect for
Yeah,
Indians,
you
so
said
I'm going to pronounce
Sanjay.
it.
You put a D in there.
I put the D. It's Sanjay. That's what it is.
Be silent. Be silent.
No, but for real, dude, I do feel strongly about that. Like, your name is pronounced based on the country you decide to live in.
Yeah. But again,
Don't bring your
Sanjay-
other shit here and then make me feel fucked up.
But
'cause
again-
I got to be racist because I can't pronounce your shit from not where I'm from.
Again, Sanjay.
Sanjay's
Asians
easy.
do it the best. What's your name? Phil.
Yeah. I like that.
That's all I'm talking about, Asian. Just pick a
Yeah.
white ass name. Perfect.
We had that exchange student. Ju Young Kim. What's your name? Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
Love it. Can't even pronounce his own name.
Jesus.
Love it. Yo, and
You
you
say
say
Ju Young? That's the girl's name in Rush Hour almost.
Yeah.
Su Young.
Oh, Su Young.
Su Young.
Oh, wow.
Su Young.
I think they want to change it up though. I think it's fun. You come
What is
over,
that?
you get a new name, new identity.
Yeah, it's fun. You get to live up to it. It's great. I'm just saying, your parents are really smart. You told me how they picked
Yeah.
your name. This was
Yeah.
really smart.
They
Go.
went to white people and they gave them a list of Indian names. They said, which one can you pronounce the easiest?
Oh, really?
So they basically found a way around the system, and it was like, hey, we want to name our kid an Indian name, but also an Indian name that's easily pronounced in America by American people.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Maintain your
Yeah.
culture,
Yeah.
but also respect the fact that the majority of people speaking to your son are not going to know how to pronounce it in a perfect way.
Yes.
We still don't say it right.
We still don't. Oshkosh.
I
My mom
don't-
calls him Oshkosh.
And I don't correct people who don't say my name correctly because it's not. I don't care how you say my name. I care how I say my name. That's my identity. How I carry my identity is important.
Yeah.
And I even, like on a day-to-day interaction, I stopped doing this, but I see my Indian friends will say it in a way like Andrew one-on-one. But to publicly, you wouldn't publicly go on stage and be like, hey, thank you guys so much. I'm Andrew Schulz.
If I chose to live in Spain and live there for the rest of my life, I would make that entire country bend the knee.
There you go.
It's Andrew.
There you go.
It's Andrew.
And that's my issue.
España.
You don't gotta go on newscast and be like, hi, I'm Sanjay Gupta. You're saying, and it's so easy to say.
Is
Sanjay
it wrong
Gupta.
that I've said in my life when people have pronounced their name like super with their accent?
No.
And then I've pronounced it with an American accent. They've corrected me. They'll be like, that's not how I pronounce my name. And I've said to them, it is here. Is that
Yeah,
wrong?
I don't care.
I don't think that's racist.
I don't think
don't
that's
care.
racist.
If you say,
I
"Oh,
don't
that's
have
how
a-
I
I
pronounce
truly-
it,"
That's
yeah.
how it is pronounced.
Yeah.
That's how it is pronounced here, like
Yeah.
that. It is
Yeah.
pronounced like that
Yeah.
here in this country.
In God's
just here.
country. Yeah.
That's it. And we're in the country God chose. We will win because God is on our side.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
need to
Sounds like
correct
JFK, dude.
anybody
That's a
who.
fireball.
I don't need to correct anybody who mispronounces my name, unless they're Indian. If they're Indian and you know better, go ahead. If you're new to the culture, you don't got to be great at it. I don't got to correct you.
Yeah.
I just need to know I carry it properly.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Gupta.
It's Gupta.
Gupta.
Gupta. Gupta. Yeah, Gupta. I say Gupta. I think
yeah.
we did when
Gupta.
I was younger. I had a teacher, Miss Gupta, but Gupta is pretty close.
Yeah, and it's not. That's harder, but Sanjay I know is so easy for white
Now,
people to say.
did Rogan and Sanjay talk about anything besides pronunciation of names?
I don't
I think that's all they talked
Mainly
about.
That's
just
all I heard.
pronunciation of
Yeah,
names.
yeah.
For 3 hours is all
Good.
I heard.
I mean, it was great. Okay, no. So Sanjay is the medical expert at CNN.
Yeah.
Okay. And he went on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure all the CNN lovers over there make fun of Rogan. They call him what is it, those dumbbell things that he loves? What are those called?
On it?
What?
No, no.
Kettlebell?
The kettlebell?
Yeah,
Oh,
the kettlebell bro, meathead guy, et cetera, like that. And Sanjay goes on the Kettlebell Bro Meathead Guys podcast.
Yeah.
The guy who doesn't know anything. Oh, what an idiot. This guy is just in the gym working out. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
that's all he cares about. And Rogan absolutely lobotomizes this man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not because Sanjay is stupid.
No.
Not because he's unknowledgeable, but because he is working for a fraudulent organization
Right.
that lies on purpose.
Right.
And this is a choice, he chooses to work there and he chooses to continue to propagate those lies. Is that the right word I'm
Yep.
using?
Yep.
And defend those lies. But when you are faced with truth and you're a liar, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Except be snarky. He was a snarky little fuck.
There was a little snark.
and more so, I saw an interview with him talking to CNN afterward.
I want to talk about that.
Okay,
I want to talk
okay,
about that
okay,
afterwards
get to this,
because I want to
yeah,
talk
my
the
bad.
reaction. But
Yeah.
so basically, Joe calls him out and calls CNN out.
Yeah.
And he goes, "How do you feel about the fact that your organization lied about me taking horse dewormer?"
Yeah.
Like they called it horse dewormer.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper, Brian Selter.
He addressed that they put the filter on the so
Yeah,
it looked
yeah,
more
yeah.
yellow.
They filtered his face to
Yeah.
make him look more yellow. And they said, and he basically was like, listen, this is a drug that is prescribed to billions of people. Billions seems like a lot, but a lot of fucking people. Billions. There's only billions of people on the planet.
Prescribed?
I've never had it. Yeah, I don't think they're prescribing drugs in the fucking Uyghur area of China.
No,
right?
they just put on a slingshot and just shoot it out there.
Into the
Yeah,
camp.
yeah.
There you go. So still, a lot of people, this is a drug for humans. He was prescribed a drug by a doctor along with a bunch of other drugs. They specifically targeted that one. They called it horse dewormer. They lied about what he was taking, and they lied about him in general.
Yes.
And he calls out Sanjay, and Sanjay's like, well, I guess it wasn't a flattering description. No.
Yeah. Yeah, he tried to maneuver around it slickly.
Yeah.
And Rogan had him
kept
every
hammering.
time.
He said, no, motherfucker, you guys lied about me.
Yeah.
And you lied about what I was taking, and then lying about what I was taking, you could have said the whole cocktail of the stuff I was taking, and maybe it could have helped people.
Yeah.
Who knows? And I think Rogan was open. He was like, listen, there's not enough data to show that this is actually helpful. I took a bunch of different things. It could have been the mono something, whatever.
Yeah.
Nuclear antibodies.
No,
It's not mononuclear. It's like monocloid or something.
monoclonic or something like that.
Monoclonic antibodies. It could have been-
Monoclonal antibodies.
monoclonal antibodies. He goes, it could have been that, right? It could have been a bunch of other things that he was taking, but obviously it helped him and he survived, right? And
He felt sick for one day.
he felt sick for one day, and then 5 days later it was gone.
Tested negative.
Shit, I had that shit for way more than that
Yep.
when we were doing Netflix. Oh, y'all had that shit for 10 days too, probably.
Yeah.
Right? So it was just really cool to see him call out the expert from the channel that's lying about him and see him kind of melt under the pressure.
The thing is, like, if Sanjay was off air, I feel like the conversation would be so different.
Okay, go.
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's a neurosurgeon. He's a smart guy. Like, I think that he has this allegiance to CNN where he has to sort of play by their, constitution and say and like support the organization. That if off air, he'd be like, yeah, no, they were trying to fuck you over. Like,
lie.
they were trying to do this. I don't think he would say we lie. I bet you he doesn't see himself
says
in that
they
way.
lie.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just a doctor. They bring me in, I say the thing, and then that's it.
Yeah, but that is tough when you're under contract.
And it is tough when we're under contract. And then there's a writer named Barry Weiss, and she's been on Rogan, and she used to be a New York Times writer. And I think she left the Times. There might have been some scandal, or she didn't want to continue supporting them, or something like that. But and she was on Brian Selter's show on CNN, and recently she was calling out. She was basically calling out like what's going on here. Like when you can't, like it is madness when you can't say there's a difference between men and women. It is madness when you can't say, and all these different things madness. And then, or when they won't allow you, that was the term. And then Brian Selter was like, who is they? Like, who won't allow you? Who is saying that you can't do these things? I mean, you're discussing it right now. And then she goes, listen, Brian, you and I both know, because we've worked for these organizations and you work for one right now, that there's a culture at the organization which rewards certain behavior. You want to have more time on TV, you want to get more articles published, you have these opinions, and those stories are going to get published as long as they fit the opinions of the network or the periodical, the newspaper, etc. Yeah. So it's like, he's going, yeah, there is no they. He goes, yeah, they don't have to be explicit about it. Yeah. Do you want to succeed here at the company? Right. It's almost like, I'm sure it's the same as if you're like a cop, or if you're working at the courts or whatever. It's like there's a way where you continue to rise up in the organization, and there's a way where you don't.
Yeah.
You call out the officers, you call out bad behavior, you're calling out things that the people that make the shield look bad.
Yeah.
Guess who's not getting a promotion?
Yeah. And it's never written. It's never a constitution. It's never like, yo, do these things, you'll get here. It's just always vibe, energy. What are you saying? Like positive feedback.
Need to, right?
Unwritten rules.
It's like, it's amazing. It's almost self-policing. You see someone else getting on, and you're like, how the fuck he got on? Oh, he's kissing the ring. He's playing the rules. He's doing this. I guess I should do more of that. It's kind of genius. It's almost how, like, the Mafia Don never has to give the instructions to the lowest level guy who's going to make the hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of like known. Oh, that guy was talking shit, or that guy made a hit at us. We know how we get back. Like, there's separation.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense?
Like little stuff like, oh yeah, he'll get taken care of or something like that. Like just say something casually, and it's like, you know what that means. Yeah. Like everybody falls in line and they know what that means.
And when the big boss comes out and like praises an article or report that was done, all the other people go, well, I'd like the big boss to praise me if I wrote a piece just like that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like when fucking Nicki Minaj likes tweets that her
and now her fans go, oh, that's what she wants us to talk about.
Yeah.
That's what she wants us to do. That's what she wants us to cancel. Exactly. So like you're pushing the company in the direction you want through reward, and pushing it away from the direction you do not want, with not necessarily punishment, but like
lack of reward,
and just ignoring. But you were saying you saw Sanjay on CNN, because I think what's happening right now is like CNN and a lot of these different places are looking for their boogeyman.
Yeah.
Right now that Trump is gone, you can't just say Trump is bad.
Yeah.
So they've almost replaced it with Rogan. But the problem is that the people love Rogan more than they love CNN.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't have the animosity. Like even like the most super liberal guy has listened to a Rogan interview and been like, oh, it was actually really cool. He talked to like my favorite musician and he seemed like a pretty interesting guy. Like they and also he's not saying things that are as salacious as Trump.
Yeah.
Like Trump was just out there with wild
And Rogan's
shit.
vaccine take is very centered.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I didn't fully agree with him where he was like, I think you only need it if you're like fat or older.
I believe in that.
I think if you're an adult, you can take it. But I completely agree with what his main gripe is, which is I don't think we should give it to kids.
So that's what he said to me. He was like, bro, once you have kids, this whole shit changes. Like,
And I agree. I'm with him on that. I think adults can get it. Kids, I don't want to shoot them up yet.
yeah.
If they give it to an adult who is vaccinated, he'll get a little sick. Okay, big deal.
Yeah.
That's the flu. A kid
And also,
can give an
like,
adult the flu.
if you're like a scientist, you're actually going by the numbers. Like, apparently having the antibodies is more effective than the vaccine.
Which he also brought up to Sanjay, and
Yeah.
Sanjay was like, "You're right." And that's
so it's like, why does he need the vax now that he got the antibodies?
And this is where CNN is also. So I saw a reaction piece where
Yeah,
they
tell
interviewed
me-
Sanjay
yeah.
Gupta, and one piece they played that part and it's fine. Then Sanjay starts off relatively centered. Then they play this part where Joe goes, "The best immunity is to get the vaccine and then get it, really." And then Sanjay in the interview is like, "What? What do you mean?" He's like, "What? You get the vaccine, you have immunity, and then you get COVID, so you
have
still
the
you only
antibodies.
get a little bit sick, but now you have the super strong antibodies from getting sick." Which is, again, it makes a ton of sense. And then Sanjay made it like he flipped it. Like, he's like, I don't think anybody should intentionally want to get the vaccine.
He's
You want to
gotta say
get.
that
They're
as a
terrified
doctor.
of saying the wrong thing that
Yeah.
could be misinterpreted and blah blah blah.
But he also was just like, they were like,
I'm sorry. I also understand that a little bit because, like, as a doctor, you have a different responsibility as like a podcast host
Yeah.
Exactly.
or as a comedian.
That's
Like,
fair.
As a doctor, you can't. And if you were like America's doctor, which they position him as,
Yeah.
you really can't be out there like, yo, get vaccinated, get it.
Yeah.
And start
Yeah.
making out with
That's
motherfuckers
fair.
at a concert because
Yeah.
then you're gonna have the antibodies because people will do that shit.
Yes, they
Yeah.
will.
So okay,
they
you were
said
saying.
something. I don't remember his exact response, but I remember one of the cuck anchors was like, "Well, you're a lot more patient than I am, Sanjay. I don't know that I could have sat there for 3 hours and listened to that." And then Sanjay was
like,
like,
"Listen to what,
Yeah, and then
fam?
Sanjay was like, "Yeah, you know,
The
your head
truth?
is different. You're definitely spinning in a lot of different directions. It's hard to get, to know what's going on or something kind of
Yeah.
smug like that." And it's like, bruh. You were on there and you were saying you were playing ball with Rogan. Now you get off and all of a sudden, I don't know what I was in. That was a crazy place.
Yeah.
You weren't in fucking Narnia.
I
dog.
did give him. I'd like give him props for going on in the first place and like putting himself in that
Yeah,
position and like
I do
having the
too.
conversation. But I was annoyed when he went on with Don Lemon specifically because Don Lemon was like, "Well, Rogan suggested that we lied. We never actually lied. The ivermectin is a horse dewormer, so it was never a lie." And it's like,
And that's Sanjay's. Sanjay right there can go, yeah, but we could have said he took ivermectin and we said he took.
But
horse
Rogan
dewormer.
doesn't pay his bills, so he's
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
I know where my bread's buttered. I'm with you guys.
Exactly. That is the thing. It's like, technically speaking, they didn't lie.
Yeah,
Technically speaking.
that's some legalese like attorney bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is ivermectin used for horses?
And 100%.
Yes.
Before they ran that headline, they had the lawyers look at it and be like, "Are we good?
Yeah,
We
100%.
can get this."
100%. Now, I would argue they did lie with making him look yellow.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
yeah,
You're making him look unhealthy
yeah.
on purpose.
I mean, we all agree, yeah, it's a lie, but like I think in the legal definition, the FCC, all that shit.
They could go, hey, listen, we're just filtered. We filter pictures all the time. We wanted to make sure.
Yeah, to have the
picture
best
looked-
quality on the TV at home, we had to
Okay,
make
fair
it
enough.
reach
So it's
whatever
not
standards.
necessarily a lie, but they did give out misleading information.
Yeah, it's
And when
intentionally
you're a
manipulating the truth.
fucking- Yes.
Yeah.
And when you're a news organization, you should be held to a higher standard
Yeah.
for misleading information.
Yeah.
If you're fucking Entertainment Tonight and you want to put out Rogan put
TMZ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like TMZ. It's like, I don't even care.
Put a
as
fucking
much.
mustache on him. Who cares? Like,
gives a
that
fuck?
doesn't
Yeah.
matter at all.
But when you're the news,
Yeah.
the literal news,
Yeah.
and the chyron is Rogan takes horse, what is it? Dewormer?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like a character assassination, even though they probably didn't break any laws. so to
Also,
is
isn't
definitely
every
done deliberately.
drug a horse drug when you just take more of it? Like if a
Probably.
horse's knee hurts and you give it mad
Bro,
aspirin.
you got a horse heart surgery?
Yeah.
Where they do surgery on the horse heart?
Yo, you got horse heart, like every drug. Like
Ketamine's a popular.
Pepto-Bismol.
They give
Yeah.
Benadryl to dogs. If I'm taking Benadryl, am I taking
took
dog allergy medicine?
You take
I'm
dog
taking
allergy
dog medicine?
You take dog medicine.
I do, I guess. Hey, man.
Like, I don't think the medicine for animals, specifically mammals, is that different. I'm no fucking vet, but I doubt it's that different because when you're a vet, you just get to be a vet for all the animals. You don't even got to specialize. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're a hippopotamus vet.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, literally, we treat all animals like, all right, you know them all.
Yeah.
You didn't spend time
You're
learning
not a
how
dog
alligators work.
cardiologist.
Yeah.
You are a vet. You do all animals, all parts.
Because we don't even care if that shit hurts them that bad. We don't know if ivermectin really deworms. Mad Horse is reading this article like, fam, that shit don't even work on us. I got worms every single day.
You don't know what the side effects?
Come on, yo. Shit is crazy. I don't even like carrots no more.
I be galloping crooked.
But yeah, I mean, we're fucked up with horses. They break their leg, we just shoot them in the head.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we shouldn't be going to horses for medical advice in general, bro. That's
Damn. How you even call yourself a vet when you break the leg? You know how crazy a horse might feel in that moment? Like the leg is broken, you see the fucking gun getting put to head.
No,
You're
first
like,
you're
what
like-
are you doing?
that's
bro?
weird.
First you're like, oh, thank God the doctor's here.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's gonna fix my knee.
leg.
Hey, are they okay? They're on the knee. They
What?
know my knee hurts. I
Yeah.
don't speak English, so it's hard for them to understand. They
Yeah.
got the knee. Okay, what's that guy doing? Hey,
Yeah.
hey, why's it? Hey, what are you doing? Why's he got cocked to my knees fucked up? My knees fucked
Yeah.
up. Isn't that crazy?
It's not my head at all.
Yo,
really.
veterinarians, you're not doctors, yo. I'm sorry. Every time I go to the vet, I'm like, yo, my doctor got diarrhea. They're like, all right, just wait a few days. All right. Thank you, doctor of dogs. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, bro.
I've gotten better dog advice from your sister, who's not. I mean, she trains and breeds.
She's not a classically trained vet though.
But she's not. But she'll be like, she'll give me like the old like wives' tale medicine.
Yeah.
She'll give me like Mexican like you know what I mean?
Oh,
like
you-
favela.
yeah.
She'll give me like Brazilian favela.
Put
Mexican.
fennel seed under their nose.
Bro,
Yeah.
rub a tomato on her chest. The tomato's gonna suck out all the demons.
Yeah, go beast one time. Might help. Yeah.
We going beast. All I'm saying is, it is crazy, and I think you can be able to call most medicines that are commonly used. Like for example, like when someone takes 20 Advils and just tries to kill themselves as suicide, do you say, guy took one
Horse dose.
horse dose of Advil to kill himself?
No.
Guy ODs on horse headache medicine. All right, guys, we got to take a break for a second because we got to talk about things that stink. Okay? Things that stink. Being a Knicks fan stinks. Can be absolutely repulsive. I know we made the playoffs. So what? So what? Okay? We need championships or nothing. This is New York City. We don't settle for the mediocre. It fucking stinks. And I wish there was something that I could use to wipe away that stink. See that segue right there? Native Deo. Native's deodorant is unfucking believable. And if I could use them to deodorize the Knicks, I would. But I use them in my life. I use them on my pits because they are getting rid of that stink. I'm telling you, you get rid of it the right way. That's the Native difference, okay? You got to care about the products that you're using on your body, and Native actually cares. Now, you probably already know about Native's legendary aluminum-free deodorant, okay? But have you tried their body wash, toothpaste, or their brand new mineral-based sunscreen? Yes, Native now has a broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen for your face and body. It's lightweight, absorbs quickly, and you can choose between unscented or coconut and pineapple. They've got options. Go, Akaash.
If you're putting it on your body or in your mouth with toothpaste, it should be natural.
Yes.
Not fuck around with weird substances.
That's a great point. Why would you put all those weird fucking chemicals in your mouth? Go with Native because they're on a mission to overhaul your entire hygiene routine by putting the care in self-care with products carefully made to work against odor that are made with simple ingredients and smell great. You can get their deodorant and body wash in amazing scents like coconut and vanilla, citrus and herbal musk, lavender and rose, and more. You can even build your own personalized product bundles. Mix and match 3 of your favorite scents and keep them on rotation so you have something for every occasion. Stay fresh, stay clean with Native by going to nativedeo.com/flagrant and use the promo code flagrant at checkout. Okay, you get 20% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/flagrant, or you can use the promo code flagrant at checkout for 20% off your first order. Go get good and get rid of that stink. Now let's get back to the show. Right? You're lying.
Yeah.
You're not, but you are.
I mean, you saw the thing that Rogan posted where he's like, I've been drinking lots of water. And then the CNN headline is, Joe Rogan promotes ingesting liquid commonly used as engine coolant.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right.
That's great.
You can twist anything and flip it to sound crazy.
Yeah.
If you want to go as someone's character. And
Yeah.
it's technically not illegal.
So how do we hold accountable CNN? Like, what is the way that we can make sure that this doesn't happen?
I don't know.
I think the standards for the media and slander are higher, if I'm not mistaken. I think they can get away with a lot less than like we can.
Yeah.
But somehow they found their way. I think they just it's like any law. You make the law and then people find a way around it.
Yeah.
Then you pay lawyers to be like, here's how you can get around that.
But here's the thing. It's like, I feel like eventually if there's so little truth in the news, we'll go to other sources to get our news. because it just won't be an efficient use of time for us.
Yeah.
Like watching the news is an efficient use of time. It's like these people have distilled the whole day into 9 stories and given us all the information that we're supposed to need to know about these stories to like function in our lives. What happened today? What were the interesting things that happened today? And now, if we get embarrassed like 5 or 6 times, right? You stop caring. You stop trusting. Right? Like if you read the news or you're listening to the Daily or you're watching CNN and the next day you go talk to your friends and be like, yo, fam, you heard Rogan was taking like horse meds? And they're like, no, dude, it's actually a prescribed medication and this is crazy. They call it horse med. They have one for horses too, but they have every medicine for horses as well. They don't just make horse medicine. They make medicine for humans and then they turn it into animal medicine too. Once you hear that, you're like, oh shit, can I trust anything these motherfuckers say?
Yeah, fucks with your head.
It fucks with your head, and then you stop trusting it. And I think enough people will stop listening to the news or stop watching the news, and they'll realize that they have to offer more truth in order for the numbers to go up.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Now, you don't think so. What's that now?
Because the news, I feel it's just like social media social media, the algorithm keeps you on because it just keeps showing you the shit you want to see. And so there's just our country split in half. Well, not in half, but there's the 2 major parties. Is like, hey, you have to please this half to keep those views. And if you try to switch it up, you might just alienate your whole fan base.
So
it's like they have to stay that way the same way.
They're not trying to get everyone.
Social media tries to keep you on the app.
My fear is, and I agree with you completely, and I agree that is what they're doing. But my fear is that part of the diagram, that little like pizza slice, is going to get so small because they're not offering enough truth. You have to offer enough truth. Like this is pretty blatant. I think you do, man.
I think that's enough for their listeners.
You know what's
that's what I'm
interesting?
saying.
But I don't think that. I think what happens is like when this is exposed, and there's 2 things going on here. One, you're talking about someone that can talk back. And I think that's never happened in history. Before, you could talk shit about someone, and then that person might refute those claims. But in order for people to hear what he says, the same institution got to print it.
Yeah.
So you got to, if the New York Times talks shit about you and you're like, yo, fuck the New York Times, this is the truth. The New York Times got to cover it for people to actually consume it. Now Rogan just goes on his podcast and goes, y'all lied. And I'm going to talk to the dude from your company to prove that y'all lied.
Yeah, but Trump would say the same thing. And CNN's ratings were through the roof.
But they took away Trump's fucking ability to fight back.
But I'm just saying, when Trump was saying every day, oh, CNN's liars, and then they would say bad shit about Trump, like they had the best ratings of all.
Fair enough.
It's like,
Fair enough.
It
Maybe
helps
it
them.
works.
You know what does give me a little bit of, I guess, hope? The clip after that CNN one was a clip of The View talking about the Rogan story. And The View, I know it to be a pretty liberal show. One girl that's really smart but just always takes the liberal side obviously was like, oh, I don't even know why we should support Rogan. He's transphobic and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like, I'm glad Sanjay Gupta went on that show. I think this is good for them to have that discourse. I don't think we should all be in echo chambers. And then somebody read a clip that Howard Stern was criticizing Rogan, and she was like, you guys, that's unfair for you to say. You guys have very similar fan bases. And it was interesting to see this, I think, pretty liberal show from what I know, being like, no, this is good that we had this conversation for the most part. Like everybody except one. There's 5 girls on that show. So it gave me a little hope that people like, I think they also might have recognized the power of Rogan because multiple people said, 200 million people listen to this guy.
Yeah.
So I think the number is just like, what do you fucking...
It's also housewives that watch that show, and it's like, who do you think their husband likes?
Yeah. But they
know what I
still
mean?
normally
Like-
take the very liberal side on things.
Of
Not
course.
very, but to see them like be like, yeah, this is good.
But
I
I'm
thought it was
trying to understand,
interesting.
like, who are these liberal housewives that watch
I
these
don't
shows?
know. I wonder that too.
If you're a woman that's just sitting at home, you're not working,
At 1 p.m. or whatever
you're
the fuck.
conservative.
Yeah.
Or your husband is conservative. Like, who are the liberal women that are not working?
Yeah.
That are watching these liberal women yap on TV?
Yeah.
And how are you agreeing with it? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, by the very nature of the timing of the program, you must be conservative to a certain extent, no?
why?
You're at home,
So you
Yeah.
think-
sitting on your ass.
But you're socially liberal, though. You're like, oh, we love gay
Yo,
people.
we're
we
all
love this
socially
thing.
liberal, except for your crazy cult. Everybody is socially liberal, okay? This idea that, like, the majority of us are not socially... Even the fucking hardcore Christians
Yeah, I
are
don't know
socially
about
liberal.
You live in New York, no?
Yeah. I think you live in New York.
What I mean by socially liberal is, like, we're not talking about Westboro Baptist Church. Even if you don't like gay people, you're not going out of your way to like limit their progress. I truly do not believe this. I think that people have just accepted it. We go to every fucking city that we go perform at, and we do not go to perform just in liberal cities. We're in fucking Kentucky the other day.
Yeah.
We're in a hipster bastion of Kentucky, right outside of Cincinnati. Fucking gay flags in the bar windows, super lesboed out. The Green Bay Packers are in town. You can't get more conservative. And I see gay flags everywhere, and I'm in Kentucky, and not even like the main city in Kentucky, some random city in Kentucky. You're looking at your question. All I'm saying is I don't
Cincinnati.
buy this narrative.
That's what I was thinking.
What's that?
It was Packers Cincinnati. You were in Cincinnati.
No, we were in Kentucky.
Louisville, then the next day, Cincinnati. You mentioned Packers are in town. That was Cincinnati.
Thank you for slowing down the podcast. You weren't even fucking there for. You fly into Kentucky because the airport is in Kentucky. We were staying in Kentucky. Cincinnati's across the river. Okay?
That's where I got that cheaper
Exactly.
hotel.
Exactly.
Yes.
There you go. So thank you so much. Fucking derailed Dove over here. Okay? We're in Kentucky and you see. All I'm saying is I don't buy it. I do not buy it. I believe people under 30 years old, every one of them, and by every one I mean like 99%, is socially liberal. Everyone.
You ask them what they think
I
about.
define socially liberal in the same way that Dave Chappelle defines transphobia, which is like, if I don't hate you or want you dead, I'm not transphobic.
Yeah, that's
socially liberal.
Yeah.
So like, there's a bunch of people who like might think being gay is gross, but they're not doing anything about it. They're not doing a single fucking thing about it. They're not seeing a gay flag and then tearing it down. I'm never coming to this bar again. Nobody under 30
Does
is
abortion
doing
count
that.
as socially liberal?
Say again?
Does abortion count?
The murder of children? You're asking? You're asking if the murder of innocent children?
Because there's a lot of
counts?
people that are very anti-abortion.
I think abortion is different, and I think it's a more nuanced thing. I think it's really different.
Yeah.
And I also think having children completely changes your perspective on abortion. And I've spoken to like very liberal friends of mine who have like had children, and they go, man, before I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. There's no way. And then afterwards, like hearing the heartbeat and that kind of stuff, it changed it for me. And they don't say it in like a judgmental way. They're just saying like in an honest, self-aware way. Like friends of mine that I wouldn't say their names so that they could be private about those opinions because their wife might not even agree. But for them, they were like, whoa. And I've had like female friends do that too.
I think I'm gonna go the other way.
Yeah, you're
Right
gonna
now,
have
I'm
a
like,
kid,
I don't know. As soon as I have a kid, I'll be like, kill them all.
Kill them.
Immediately. Let's go.
But we could. But I guess let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
So, what were we talking about?
Rogan? Wrapping up Rogan?
No. The specific
Socially liberal?
the socially liberal thing.
You
said the
think
world
that
is socially liberal.
99%
women
of
that
people in
support
America
Yeah,
are
like
socially
yeah.
liberal.
Yeah.
So you're out of your
View
mind.
housewives are watching the View, being like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't even understand how they have an audience.
The majority of their audience is over 55.
That's it. So they're just they should be conservative
Yeah,
too.
you would think
I would
conservative.
Yeah, who are they talking to? They're these girls yapping on fucking TV. You're yapping on TV at 2:00. Like, who do you think is watching?
A lot of people probably.
No, I'm sure they're watching, but like those people, like, are they really upset? Like, yeah, we should all be Democrats and like spend more. What is it called? We should pay more in taxes and all this other.
Well, the
kind of
show's
stuff.
not only liberal. Like they have like.
She's
what's her name?
gone.
The McCain bitch.
Yeah,
She's
McCain was
gone.
on. Like, but I don't know. It's
they
like
have a conservative bitch to take a plate.
Yeah, they always put conservative.
it's just like discourse about current events by like older women, which like is their audience. But
And I think there's some liberal housewives. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Look, every
there could
housewife
be-
is liberal.
No, I mean, I think even there
But
could be
I
liberal
don't
husbands.
Care
that
about
have-
your opinions if your life is paid for by a conservative. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm saying that I don't.
It's like when
think
kids are
all-
liberal. Like I don't. If your parents pay the bills, you're not liberal. You think you are, but until you actually have personal responsibility to keep yourself alive, your political opinions mean nothing.
you're conflating like social liberalism and fiscal liberalism.
Everybody's social liberal. remember, I've already proved that. Remember, I already proved that point.
Everybody's socially liberal and fiscally conservative.
So
That's what he says.
Can anybody name a socially conservative person that's under 30 years old? Can we name a famous one?
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro
Yeah.
is 50.
Oh, the one dude, Madison Cawthorn, the representative in North Carolina. He's in a wheelchair.
He specifically and he's not socially liberal.
Dude, the kid-
Every fucking restaurant got to have 15 bathrooms so this guy can roll himself into it. Right? Like, are you kidding me? We need to renovate every fucking restaurant and business so he can roll himself around and he's not socially liberal.
Kyle Kashuv. I hope I said the last name right. But the kid on Twitter who was in the fucking...
The guy had
Florida
bullets whizzing
school
by
shooting.
his head. Of course
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
conservative.
Okay, but there's one.
Oh, but I don't think he's okay with gays. I just think he wants to have guns so he can shoot them if he sees them. No, but I think he's okay with gays. I'm talking about that socially liberal.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about, are you okay with gays and stuff? Like, how do y'all define when people are like, I'm fiscally conservative, socially liberal, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, just say you make over $100,000. Just say that. Just say it. Like, don't just say the truth. You make over $100,000, you are fiscally conservative, socially liberal. You make under $100,000, you are, what is it? Fiscally liberal. Give me money.
Yeah.
Socially liberal. Nobody's ever. I'm fiscally liberal. I am fucking. No, what is it? I'm socially conservative.
Yeah.
I want all the money from the rich
Let's
people.
go.
But kill the gays.
Yeah. Socialism is segregation. Let's go.
I guarantee you that guy exists.
Yeah.
I
Where?
guarantee you.
Yeah.
Where?
Hit us up. I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I think there's some dudes in the South. Yeah.
But the dudes in the South are too proud to accept the money, right? They're like, I don't want to hand out. I want to work for my own.
Nah, they accept it.
Really?
Yeah, there's more white people on welfare than there are blacks.
Yeah, there's
And
more
I'm
people. I hate that fucking argument, dude. It's like
That
there's
is
just more white
that
people.
is
yeah,
whack
okay.
argument.
Yeah,
But-
like if you actually did the numbers, you guys are fucking killing it, dude.
But lies, and statistics, bro. Come on.
Facts,
Don't
bro.
forget
Let's
that.
go.
Facts, 100%. No, white people broke too. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
And
yeah.
they hate gays.
Say what?
And they
Prove it. Show me the under 30s, son. Show me the under 30s.
All you broke whites who hate hate gays, DM me so I can prove this guy wrong.
Son, how many people in the whole country went to the Capitol on January 6th? How many people in the whole country?
Not enough.
Few thousand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the ones.
I'm just saying we would have taken it back, but we got a
I'm
couple.
just saying.
couple
Where the
thousand more.
numbers, bro? Where the numbers, son?
We would have made this
Where the
country.
numbers, son? Where the numbers, bro? Like, yes or no? Where the numbers? Show me the numbers.
That was quite a lot of people.
How many? A few thousand?
That's a lot.
That's the
Son,
ones
the
that
gay pride parade got a million people.
because it's more fun. It's more lit. Motherfuckers was out in the cold
Same
and shit
costumes.
like that.
We didn't say more or less. You
Same
said
costumes.
none.
Say
You
what?
said none.
you said-
No, I
That's
said
what's
99%.
Yeah, he's at
Now,
1%.
1% of Americans is what? 1% of Americans is what? 3.3 million people? Yeah, there are 3.3 million people that are socially gay.
That's what they are. They're socially gay.
Socially conservative.
I believe there are 3.3 million people in America. Tops. I actually think that's way overstatement. 3.3 million people. And I'm not talking about new immigrants that just came from a country where it's okay to hate gay people. I'm talking about born in America. Born in America. No, because those people aren't they're not Americans.
They're grandfathered into the old thing.
But they
Yeah,
count
they're
the
grandfathered into
population.
hatred.
They count for the 300 million.
No, not in a census. I'm not counting them.
But you don't acknowledge immigrants in the census? That sounds
only
pretty
not
acknowledge-
socially conservative.
conservative.
That's
That's
super
conservative, bro.
conservative.
only acknowledge Taiwanese immigrants. Those are the only immigrants I acknowledge. No. I if you have citizenship, yes, but I don't count it. I don't count it.
You're moving the
Your
goalposts,
views
bro.
are based on the place that you came from.
moving
100%.
the
You're going to be
goalposts, man.
conservative. 100%. You come from throwing fucking gays off of buildings, right? To coming to America.
I know, right? Yeah.
What's that?
Moving the goalposts, boy.
He was moving
Oh, did you
that
guys
shit.
think this is CNN or something like that? Like, I thought this was a fun podcast. Why do I got to be 100%
Sorry, we're sitting down
right
with Brian
every single
Seltzer
time?
and Don Lemon over
Yeah,
here. Jeez.
okay? We're trying to create some content.
Yeah, chill,
No.
Sanjay.
But tell me the under 30 socially conservative.
Sanjay, okay?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Sanjay.
Thank you, Doug. If Alex is saying, that shit wild.
Can you
Got
show
it,
me
yeah.
under 30 socially
I
conservative?
just pointed one out, bro.
Who?
Kyle.
He doesn't say. Has he dropped the F-bomb once? Did he say gays are going to hell? Is he gays? You dropped the F-bomb more than him. And you're socially a cuck.
Yo, you snitching, bro.
I'm just saying. Keep it a buck.
How you know I'm socially liberal?
I said you're socially a cuck.
Akaash is
I
a
didn't say you're
fascist.
socially
No,
liberal.
Akaash is a
that's
fascist,
what a liberal
bro.
is a cuck.
No.
Yeah, I'm a fascist.
I think there's
though.
conservative
I'm a
cucks.
fascist.
You're a fascist.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't even know what that means. I be saying that shit.
Hey, me
It's
neither.
like all these
Hey, me neither.
all these people from Portland be saying that shit all the time. They'd be like, "Oh, it's a fascist, whatever." Yo, define it. Define it, bro. Like, what is it even?
It's whatever I don't like.
Yep.
But what is fascism?
But the thing I don't like is
That's
fascism.
just when the government and business are in cahoots.
I think it's a
Yeah.
dictator.
That's every company.
It's a dictatorship.
Oh, I thought it was. dudes
No, I
getting
think
fly.
is it a dictatorship?
I think fascism is like all
What's a
absolute
fascist,
control.
Dove?
My understanding is just when government and business are aligned in their interests.
What's an oligopoly, right?
No.
Well,
Oh, maybe you're
oligopoly
right.
is that shit from Russia, where like the businessmen run the country, the oligarchs.
All right, fascism, a form of far-right authoritarian ultra-nationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of
Dictator.
opposition, and strong regimentation of society and of the economy, which became
Son, you coulda
prominent
said that shit
in
way
Europe in the
quicker,
20th
right?
century.
Yo, fascism
you
is
could've
super.
said.
What?
Wait, what?
Yo, he just did it wrong. It's
Yeah.
never been done right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, it's
Fascism is just like communism,
It's just
bro.
never been done
Yeah,
right. Dude.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you actually had pure fascism,
Yeah, yeah,
if it
yeah.
was pure in its intentions and it wasn't corrupted,
Yeah.
it'd probably be perfect.
Should be
A
lit.
benevolent dictator. That's God.
Son, that's Singapore.
That's God.
That's God.
God is a benevolent dictator,
But
yo.
also
Yeah.
Singapore. Shouts to Jesus.
Yeah.
Hating.
Yeah, who Jesus is hating or they hating on Jesus?
They hating.
They hating on Jesus.
Whatever's more popular. Whatever opinion that I just said is more popular, then that's it.
Yeah,
That's
choose
it.
your own
You
adventure.
know what I mean?
Yo,
Fuck Portland.
God, the OG fascist, bro.
Yo, God is an OG fascist, son.
Yeah, just gotta be done right.
And we in good hands. I
are.
feel comfortable with God as our fascist.
Yes. Religion is fascist.
Yeah.
Religion is fascist. But back to socially liberal, y'all still haven't named one socially fucking conservative
Because to
person
you
under
as
30.
socially conservatives, I want to kill gay people.
I
And
didn't
I'm
say
not going
that.
to know them.
I didn't say that.
What is it?
Just that they're gross as fuck. Just name one person that's saying that publicly.
Westboro
name
Baptist
one
Church.
person and say what?
Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh, are there 3.4 million of them?
There's one.
Are there 3.4 million of them? Yo, are there 3.4 million? Because I think I said 3.3 million.
You said name one.
You can't name one. What, Fred? Fred from the Westboro Baptist Church? You still can't name one of them. I think that's crisis actor. I think that's crisis actor. I don't even think that should really exist, the Westboro Baptist Church. I think that's crisis
Yeah,
actor.
we got to go to one of those.
God.
Say what?
We got to go to their church.
Who says I don't? I subscribe to Patreon. I'm there every Sunday. Like, what y'all talking about? Yo? Come on,
getting
man. Still hate
baptized
gays? Still hate gays every Sunday, B? That's crazy.
Even
bro.
though all their posters are rainbow, you know what I
Say
mean?
again?
They're biting all the gay shit, making their posters rainbow.
Oh,
and
they
then
try
saying
to
they
take
hate
back
gays.
the rainbow?
Yeah. They're like, God gave us the rainbow first after the flood.
You know what's crazy? This is quite interesting. Do you know rainbows actually don't exist? It's an optical illusion.
Nah.
No, I'm being serious.
Nah, I play Mario Kart, bro, and
No.
you can ride on them.
No, in
Yeah.
Mario Kart you can, obviously, because of the game. But in real life, the rainbow itself is not a real thing.
Yes,
like
it is.
homosexual. It's a figment of our imagination.
Don't say that.
Oh, all right,
wait,
J.K.
what
Rowling.
word?
Oh, is that
you
social
said-
conservative?
Chill.
Wait, you said figment?
Oh, sorry, I said figment. Phew. What,
close.
dude? You
Yeah,
never
you're
like
right.
you never put a bunch of figs in your mouth? Okay, can you guys name a single 3.3 million?
Single rainbow.
Can you name a single 3.3 million people who are socially conservative?
J.K. Rowling's.
Ooh.
No, she's not. She's cool with gays. And she's cool with trans. She's just like, yo, women are different. And I would say that too. That girl's just as much of a period as a trans. Let's be honest.
That's true. That's true. She out
Right?
of periods.
Yeah, she basically a trans woman, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
She's a trans woman.
That's why she's so offended by it.
Bang.
That makes sense.
Bang.
Hasidic Jews.
What about them?
Oh yeah.
I don't tend to see them being. The gay pride parade kind of takes a detour around Williamsburg.
How many Hasidic Jews do we have? What percentage of the population does that make up? Too many is not the right answer. Too many is not the right answer. Okay? Go.
How many Hasidic Jews?
That's all I'm saying. Also, they just moved here.
Just.
Also, JK. Yeah.
I'm so tired of
I
this.
feel like
motherfucker,
Sanjay
dog.
Gupta, bro. I'm just getting. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's just
It is
exhausting.
what it is, bro.
Ugh.
If you got an accent, you don't count. I don't care if they're born here, they've been here for fucking 100 years, and they still have accents like they're from the Ukraine, right? Isn't that the goofiest shit?
Oh fuck, dude.
How do they have that?
Yeah.
Because they never talked to anybody else.
But they do.
Nah.
Where?
First of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
It's the first of the month. Get up, get up. Yes, sir. Cash your checks and get up. There's only so many Hasidic Jews that can work at B&H.
That is true. That right there.
The rest of them, they're talking to each
That's
other.
crazy. There's only 130,000 Hasidic households, and they all in Brooklyn. That shit is nuts.
See? Boom. 9 people a household, so that's like what?
Crazy.
900. That's like $1 million. So they got like $1 million. They got $1 million. They got at least $1 million, dog. Come on. They got $1 million.
There would have been more. My point would have been proven, but fascism ruined it, bro. Fascism fucked it up.
Fascism.
God damn it.
Actually, fascism is what created the Hasids, if I'm not mistaken. Their whole thing is to get back the 6 million lost, right?
Holy shit.
Thank you. Fascism.
Wait, they dress like that because of fascism?
Do you think that's why they hate Hitler? They're like, I gotta wear this shit in August. Fuck, dog. If Hitler just wasn't here, we could dress normal like everybody else.
Riding bikes
Just
and
one
stuff.
little yarmulke, that's it.
So
Cover
they'd
a
be
bald
so
spot.
excited when they're on the electric city bike.
Oh,
My
yeah.
God, it's like a brand new toy. They're just not used to that technology, man. When they're on that electric city bike on the Williamsburg Bridge, I hear it, wee. They be saying noises and shit. It's amazing, dog.
You see their curls flying behind them?
Flying.
Yeah, you get your roller skates, grab on. You go for a ride. That's just fire.
Yeah!
Just mush them through Brooklyn.
That is hilarious. Get like 10 Hasids on fucking city bikes and you're behind it on a sled. We got to do that shoot come winter.
Let's go.
That'd be fire. 10 Hasids on city bikes, line them all up. You just get a sled behind.
Yeah, Prancer, Dancer, Yankee, Moisha. You just fucking let them rip. It'd be so funny. You're like Santa.
Yankee. Oh, that was the guy's name, right?
Yankee.
Yeah,
Yankee.
that was unorthodox.
Okay, go pee and then we'll finish this
Thank you.
motherfucker up. All right, guys, we're going to take a break for a second because some of y'all need to step up your watch game, and you're going to do that with Watch Gang, okay? WatchGang.com/flagrant. This is going to be the easiest way where you can step up the value of your wrist, and they're going to do it sending directly to your crib. Akaash, break down Watch Gang
So
to
basically,
the fine people at home.
you sign up for different tiers. They have a luxury tier that's $99. They have a super platinum tier that's $299 a month. That's probably the one you should do. Why not? You know what I mean? You'll get watches up to $1,500 sent to you whenever you want, and you get to keep the watch. And they give away nice-ass watches.
Bro,
They've
given away over 500 Rolexes, okay?
Right.
It's the #1 watch club in the world. They give a tag away every Tuesday, a Rolex every Friday, and a Seiko every Saturday. It's the world's #1 watch club with over 1 million members. 70% off retail you're getting these things for. They have literally a plan for every price point. So you could go find which plan works best for you, and you're keeping every watch. All watches are guaranteed to be worth more than the price of the membership. So you're making money right away. Watch Gang partners with small European boutique brands as well as the Seikos of the world, Swiss and Japanese movements in all the watches. So get a watch whenever you want, monthly, quarterly, or whenever the hell you want one, and you get to keep every watch. This is what's going down. All watches are up to 70% off retail. Watch Gang removes the middleman and passes the savings down to you. So if you go to watchgang.com/flagrant, you're going to get 20% off all plans. Use the promo code flagrant at watchgang.com/flagrant. You are getting 20% off all plans. Now let's get back to the show. Let's talk about Kyrie. The Kyrie thing is really funny because it just goes to show you like what frauds people are. I think we spoke about this on the podcast. If I'm not mistaken, we did.
Say it.
But I mean, like, conservative media was telling LeBron to shut up and dribble. You're not allowed to be an activist. How dare you? You should just be a basketball player. Shut the fuck up, right? And Democrat media was saying, how dare you tell a basketball player to not be vocal about what they believe in, not be passionate about their opinions. They're allowed to have these opinions. They're allowed to support whatever they want to support. Kyrie doesn't want to get vaccinated. All of a sudden, that same Democrat liberal media is going, shut up and dribble. How dare you? You don't fucking know anything. Shut your mouth. Okay, you go play basketball. That's what you do, right? And conservative media is saying he should be allowed to voice his opinions. He's a person. He should be allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants.
He can use his platform for whatever he likes.
Exactly, 100%. It just shows what absolute frauds people are. There is no consistency, and that's okay. We're all hypocrites. We have to be hypocrites to exist in the first world, every single one of us. My issue is managing the hypocrisy. Is manage your hypocrisy by suggestion. Don't manage the hypocrisy by like pointing out the absurdity of the other side when you know you're about to commit the exact same hypocrisy the next week.
Yeah.
You are as loyal as your opinions, and you do not move away from your opinions at all because you know that there's safety in numbers with your opinions. If you're conservative, you got 50% of people that got your back no matter what you say as long as it's with the company line.
Right.
And if you're liberal, you got 50% of the people in the country that got your back no matter what you say as long as it's towing a company line. When you go and have your own opinion about something, you're going to get all the fucking pushback. You're going to get ripped apart.
Yeah, a car in the middle of the road is getting run over by both sides.
Ooh, is that a saying? You just made
Somebody
that up
said
right
that to me one time.
Oh, it's
and
really good.
I stuck. It was in like a fucking Uber. This guy said it to me.
It's really good.
Wild, yeah.
It's not the best place to say that quote. He's like, anyway, so we'll turn left.
But it is true. It just shows what fucking absurd, society we live in, man. It's like nobody's consistent with anything but the company line where they have their security. They just want the security. They just want people to pat them on the fucking back. And the people that come out and they have their own unique opinion about every different topic, like Charles Barkley is one of them.
Yeah.
We love Charles. And I think mainly for this. Because we go, he will say what he feels.
Yes, he is honest.
He's honest.
There's authenticity there, and you feel it.
Yes, and he doesn't care if he gets pushback. He doesn't
It's very
care.
comforting.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I trust you feel this and you're saying this.
Yes.
As opposed to anybody on one of these news networks, you're saying what your viewers want to hear so you can keep your job.
Yes.
Charles will say what he feels.
Yes.
Say some conservative shit, say some liberal shit, say some dumb shit, say some funny shit, say some smart shit. We're with it.
Yeah.
It's you saying what you feel, talking from your heart. Let's just do that.
Does it frustrate you, like when you just see how fraudulent news is? Like, to me, that's the most blatant example of how fraudulent news is. Obviously, there's the Rogan situation, but like this right here is the exact opinion.
Yeah.
You should just play sports and not have an opinion on anything.
Yeah.
And then once the opinion is something that you agree with, you are more than an athlete.
I'm so glad you're, yeah.
You are more than an athlete.
100%. And to LeBron's credit, I'll say he hasn't been saying anything about Kyrie, and he's just like, this was a decision that was right for me, which is kind of, I guess, a safe thing to say corporate-wise or like whatever. But like, I don't. How do you feel about what Kyrie is doing, though?
Shut up and dribble. No, I mean, I feel that way because that's what I would do. I would shut the fuck up and dribble. I would just get the vax. I mean, I got the vax, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what's going to make this easier? How do I go to restaurants? How is my life easier? No, I'll just get fucking vax.
I also thought there was some fraudulence in I am trying to be the voice for the voiceless.
No, he's good.
Are these people who don't want to get vaccines voiceless? Really? Because I hear them a lot. You know what I mean? I don't think they're so voiceless, buddy.
That's funny.
That's my whole thing is like, there's a lot of voiceless people on Earth. This isn't one of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just don't want to get the vaccine. That's fine, but be honest.
Do you think he retrofitted his activism on?
Yes. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes basketball that much. I don't think he loves it. He likes it. I don't think he loves it. I don't think he's dying to win. I don't think he's dying to play, which is fine.
Jordan is getting vaxxed. Kobe's getting vaxxed.
Jordan is shooting every one of his teammates with the vaccine.
Himself.
Yeah.
Yes, we are winning the championship.
Yeah.
Stick the needle in your fucking arm.
And that was Shaq's thing. He didn't even say anything scientific. He was like, if you want to win, get the fucking vax for trying to get a championship. This is my goal. And Shaq loved basketball, but not even as much as a Kobe or an MJ.
Yeah.
Kyrie not even there.
Yeah, that's a great point. He doesn't care enough.
I think he just doesn't. He's really fucking good at basketball, but he doesn't love it.
Yeah, that's
he
a great
don't miss
point.
it. It doesn't give him purpose, and I think that's why you might have.
He's
I know
trying to
you
find this purpose.
You've
in
talked
everything
about
else,
this with Kyrie trying to find purpose and everything, and I don't know if you said it, but it's probably because he doesn't love basketball like that.
I never thought about it like that in terms of love of the game.
Yeah.
But I think that could be it. Like usually when you have something that you're so passionate about and that you absolutely love and a goal is attached to it,
Yeah.
that's enough for you.
Yeah.
And they struggle after basketball because now they have to go through this monumental life change where they don't have a carrot in front of them that they're trying to chase. What's the new carrot? And that's why these athletes oftentimes fall apart when they stop playing a game.
Yeah.
But he has the thing that should be the carrot. He has the purpose. He has the goal. He has the thing that could take up all his time. And he can make tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars doing it. But he must not love it enough.
Yeah, it's not. Dude, I think if you're really passionate about a thing, you're probably not that political. Because your passion is channeled toward
you have a
this
singular
thing.
focus. Yeah.
None of us are that political.
Yeah.
We're political, but not really. We're not that wrapped up in it because we are passionate about comedy, content, whatever it is. That's my passion. All this other shit is kind of in the way of it.
Yeah.
For Kyrie, basketball is not the thing. So he's searching. This conspiracy theory might grab my attention. It might hold me. Might give me. The world is flat. No, it's not that. Oh, I'm the voice for the voiceless. No, you're not. I have to take games off because you just don't love the game like that.
It is go Al. I feel like
I sort of kind of feel he's thinking about legacy, and
like he fancies himself Ali or something like that.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Sure.
Like Ali or who's somebody else who did it, but or Kaepernick per se. So it's like he can sacrifice. Oh, I'm gonna take this $186 million hit because I fought for a cause.
Yeah, I don't think it's a cause that people are really gonna be like, yo.
But this is the same guy who said the Earth is flat. So
Yeah,
it's like he is like delusional
he can
to the
convince
fact
himself
that
of anything.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was trying to say. Like I can see that. I don't think the people will look at it that
Okay.
way. And
Yeah.
they
You're saying
won't
that's
see it
what
as
Kyrie
sacrifice.
thinks of himself.
Yes.
Yeah,
Got it.
he's delusional enough
Yeah.
to go. This matters.
He also apparently protested with the Dakota Access
Yeah, the
Pipeline.
Native
and shit.
Americans. and so
Apparently, he's part Native American.
aren't we all like with this part Native American thing?
His
You don't think I'm a little Native American?
Nah, you're not.
Only
Scottish.
because you're Scottish.
Yeah.
But that's the first Native Americans.
Stop.
Are they not? Didn't we have the same fucking outfits?
Wait.
Face paint.
Oh. No feathers though. You guys didn't have feathers.
We didn't have animals with feather. We had wool. We had sheep. Bunch of wool on my pubes from pounding that puss.
Going beast.
No, but yeah, I think that's a good point, and I think he's searching for something, and it's fascinating because, and I'll be completely transparent here. The more successful or money I get, the less I care about things.
Yeah.
I think when you have nothing, those things really bother you.
Yeah.
And then you start to get something, and you see AOC say some dumb shit, and then I'll go up to my roof and I'll be like, so I have a roof. Do you know what I mean? Like, but before you don't have that, right? You have fucking 4 roommates or something like that, and you're just stewing, you're angry, and you're like, oh, what's up? And there's comedically, I wish that wasn't the case, because for comedy it works way better.
The edge helps.
The edge really fucking helps to think you really fucking care about these things. Like, there's a reason why Dave Chappelle's been talking about trannies for the last 3 specials. It's like, well, what else is bothering him?
That's a fucking
Nothing else bothering
great
him. Right? You do whatever you want. You have all the money in the world. You travel wherever you want. Wherever you go, people say you're great. There's one group of people that's like, this guy's annoying.
And you're holding on to it. You can't lose that. 'Cause that's why this is last special.
Maybe you lose it, maybe you don't lose it, but that is the group that's continually poking the bear. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to talk about the things that bother me.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the things that are causing an issue. Like, I completely get that. So when I see a guy who's rich and successful like Kyrie and is still worried about a fucking well over here, and I'm like, oh, this guy's tormented. Like, this guy's got something wrong.
Yeah.
Because when you have all that money and all the power personally to affect your community and all these communities, and you're still causing a fuss.
Yeah.
There's something up here that a deep-seated issue, problem, void that you're trying to fill.
You know what you could do with $168 million is pay the people who have lost their jobs because they're protesting the vaccine.
That's a good one, too.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you really want to help, buddy.
Dude, money helps. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
sacrificing money to help, it never really works. Money helps.
Money's great.
Money helps the most.
That's that Jay-Z shit. That's the win-win, right?
How can I help the poor if I'm one of them?
Yeah.
Money helps. Money. Now, if by sacrificing you can raise even more money and then do more help, sure. Colin Kaepernick wasn't going to make enough money playing football where he could do the help that he did by protesting. He just wasn't. He wasn't going to get big contracts. Nobody really thought that he was that good.
He thought he had lost it.
Yeah, they thought he lost it. He'd probably make $10 million, something like that. Black Lives Matter, the movement, has made hundreds of millions of dollars. So he actually made more money sacrificing. I don't think people are going to be donating that much money to the Kyrie, I'm not going to wear a mask or get vaccinated foundation.
Yeah. The World is Flat Foundation. We're not doing it.
Okay, lastly, before we get out of here, obviously we got to talk. We're talking about news and the way the news puts out fake shit. So I think it's good to point out this Netflix story.
Yeah.
Because the way that it was first positioned was Netflix fired the employee that started the trans walkout.
Yes.
So they were organizing this trans walkout where allegedly 1,000 employees at Netflix, 1,000 employees, there are 1,000 trans employees. I don't know if there's 1,000 trans people in America.
There's 1,000 people who supported the
Oh,
trans movement.
supported it. Okay, I was like, that's a lot. Are they only hiring trans people? Jesus Christ, maybe they're putting out these specials to send a message. Maybe Netflix just yo, Chappelle, not welcome. Not welcome there. Okay, so we're looking at this thing, and I'm like, and they're like, they fire the one who's organizing the walkout
Yeah.
or the protest. And I'm like, there's no fucking way
Yeah.
that they're doing this.
Yeah.
There's no way, right? So I read the article, and they fired one of the organizers, not for organizing it, but because that person leaked
Metrics.
metrics and data.
And how much Dave got paid.
Exactly. And so he broke their contractual obligation.
Yeah.
Like if you're my manager, for example, right? And then you start leaking negative shit about me to the press, I'm firing you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do something that's detrimental to my success?
I have a cousin that works for Apple, and I think like if she's on her work laptop, the windows have to be closed. That's how crazy they are
have
about
all those
confidentiality
things,
at a
yeah.
company like that. Netflix is not super far off from that. So if you leak metrics, which they are notoriously tight-lipped on,
Yep.
you will get
You
fired.
never know how many people have viewed something unless they say it. And this way they can control the narrative. They can
Yeah.
make sure that all their things are either successful or not spoken about.
Yeah,
Right? I
exactly.
don't know how many people saw Bridgerton or any of
I
these
remember
shows.
a few years ago you pointed out they said how many people watched Bright, that Will Smith movie, and you were like, you notice they only put out that because it helps them. They don't talk about the shows that don't hit. They talk about the shows that hit.
And that was when the reviewers were trashing the movie.
Right.
And
Yeah.
my basic point of that was like, of course reviewers are trashing the movie. The only reason you need a reviewer is so you leave the house to go watch a movie in the theater.
Right.
I'm not going to put on clothes and go watch the movie in the theater if the reviewer says it's trash.
Yeah.
But you don't need a reviewer for something on Netflix right in your home.
Yeah.
You watch it for 5 minutes. If it sucks, you turn it off. So they're the first big time, big budget, big actor movie that ends up on Netflix. They trash.
Yeah.
And I saw it and it was not bad.
Yeah.
It was. I'm being objective here. It was not bad. I actually liked the movie. Maybe I have a lower standard for those types of things, but I liked the movie. I
Right.
thought it was good. But so basically, I'm like, this has got to be fucking bullshit, and they just fire the person for breaking their
And
job.
it's
duty.
funny because there's two headlines that I put there, and the first is an AP headline. The second one is The Verge. It says Netflix fired the employee who started the trans walkout movement, or
Which
something
is
like that.
technically true.
Yeah.
Technically true, which is
Like-
CNN true, and then the AP
No, we
headline,
should call it CNN. True.
CNN truth.
Oh, and just to point out, and Mark was saying this even when we took a break, like Fox does the exact
Yes,
same shit.
100%.
They all do
Thank
the
you for
exact same fucking thing. Here's the thing. We expected it of Fox, and maybe because we're like liberal cucks or we grew up in liberal cuck
Yeah, if
places.
you grew up in New York, you're like, yeah, Fox is garbage.
Yeah, we just grew up thinking everything that Fox puts out is biased and fake,
Yeah.
and we thought that CNN was just truthful. And
Yes.
now that we found out that CNN and Fox are literal mirror images of one
Yeah.
another, they're
Yeah.
both.
I brought up the Tammy Duckworth thing to Andrew, but it's like they put out the headline saying Tammy Duckworth, the Democrat senator, hasn't paid taxes on her property since 2015, and it's like
That's
she was
all they put out.
That's all. That was the headline. Yeah,
Like a
but
tax
like,
cheating bitch.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, these fucking Democrats, they want to take my taxes. They don't ever want to pay it themselves. Rules for thee, not for me, whatever. But then you find out that she was injured in combat. And under like the Veteran Act in her state, you don't have to pay property tax if you were
That's
injured.
foul. Go ahead,
in combat.
veteran, yo.
So literally,
That's
it's
foul.
like she's not supposed to pay taxes, and
Yeah.
every single conservative would support it, but they put out the story to slander her. And that happened literally like, earlier this month. That was like October 5th.
Yeah,
And it's true enough,
Yeah.
right? It's just anyway. So it's such bullshit.
But yeah, the Verge article is that Netflix fires employee who started the trans walkout movement or something. And then the AP headline is Netflix fires employees who leaked metrics on Chappelle's special. It's just the fact.
Yeah.
That's what, and the AP isn't in the business of getting clicks. They just put out news.
Yeah.
One of the few trustworthy sources out there because they don't give a fuck about money.
And I'll be
It's
honest
just
with
a
you.
newswire.
Maybe that employee didn't want to work there anymore, but I imagine that employee thought that they were protected by the controversy. In other words, there's no way they're going to fire me,
Yeah.
especially when they've got all this heat.
Right.
I'm out here, I'm supporting the trans community that works at Netflix and the people who are supportive of that community.
Yeah.
There's no way they could that would be bad PR. And I'm good for Netflix
Yeah.
for being consistent. That's some fucking, what is it, Ned Stark shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like the rules are the rules. Like you
Yep.
broke the rules, off with your head.
Yep.
Now,
That's it.
how can you be certain it's not like a John Gruden thing? Where basically, like, the employee stages a walkout, and Netflix is like, yo, you're like a real thorn for us. Like, fuck this shit.
possible.
So,
let me like search through all her shit and try to find something.
oh,
wrong that
you
did.
put out a thing on the wrong email. Technically, you leaked it, blah, blah. Every one of the companies fucked up, but we're going to use this thing against you because we want you.
Can't be certain, but she was or he was one of the employees that organized the walkout.
Right.
So I think they overinflated her role in the walkout.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine they would have done that with the other people, and she might not have even been the main one. She's just one of them, but it's a way sexier headline to be like, the employee
Right.
that made the walkout gets fired.
Mm-hmm.
When I think it was just a group of them. They could have all been just discussing it for all they know, and it could be like loose connection.
Right.
But they absolutely could have done that. And you know what? That's on you. Don't have fuck shit. If you know that you did some fuck shit, right? If you know you did some fuck shit, like we don't need.
That's a clear violation of contract. Whereas
we
in
don't
the
need
Gruden
Woody
case,
Allen talking about the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Right.
Shut up.
Right.
You know what you did, fam. We don't need your opinion on this.
Yes.
You go make your little art house movies, and that's it. But if you go start talking about the Me Too movement, please believe.
Sorry, real quick discrepancy with the Gruden case. The Gruden emails were sent when he was not an employee of the Oakland Raiders or the NFL.
Right.
He was at ESPN emailing someone that
wow.
worked on the Washington Redskins. So it's like, it's different in that sense. It's not the same thing.
Bro, I'm not denying that there's like discrepancy between the stories. I'm just saying like if they wanted him out of there, they could find
and
shit.
If Gruden did something with the Raiders that was a clear violation of his contract, okay, you got fired. I think the whack part is saying no one else did anything.
Right.
But same with this girl. You did something that you know is a clear violation of your contract. You know you cannot leak these metrics to anyone, even if it's internally. And you don't know who has what
And
clearance.
it's certain she did leak it, right? Like,
Yes, I think it's
no,
leaked
no, it's not
internally.
certain. They don't have confirmation on it, but
they
they believe
suspect
they suspect. And that's I think that language is there because maybe they can't exactly prove it. Someone else could have used her laptop. Someone else could have or their laptop, whatever. And but enough where they're going to fire him, and they know the backlash that they're going to get from the firing. So I would imagine that they're pretty sure.
got it.
But also, that's not, like, yo, if you doing fuck shit, like you basically trying them at that point. If you leak the metrics, they know it's you and they slap you on the wrist, and then you do this next shit. It's like, yo, do you work for us or against us?
Yeah.
Like, you got to be crazy, son.
Yeah.
Especially
You work for me and you protesting me. You are crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine Shifty starts protesting. Fire. Not even a question.
Chip your shit out this apartment.
Real talk, right? It's kind of like, I mean, like, whatever. Now we're going to get into like work dynamics and like unions and all that kind of stuff. But imagine having that much animosity to your employer where you feel like you have to unionize against them.
Yeah.
And imagine what being a piece of shit employer to where your employees go, man, they hate us so much. They just think we're cogs in a machine. We actually got to fight back against them.
Yeah.
Like, what a horrible work environment. You don't think that's a horrible work environment?
And also,
Disgusting.
they did it against the wrong company because Netflix is known within all of Hollywood for these groundbreaking, we share everything internally. Everyone within their computers can tell what everyone else is getting paid. The numbers are on the table. It's the most public information within, like, if you're this level of person, this is your
And that helps keep
your range.
Like,
It's just,
white dudes get paid more than everybody else. It helps keep
oh,
that at
they
bay.
just put it all on the table. So you came to the company that, like, that in terms of work culture.
And you leak the
try to
shit they
go
ask you
to
not to
the
leak
top.
when
The
they
one
make
thing-
everything
The
else
one
public.
thing.
Give an inch, they take a mile, bro.
Yes.
I mean, it's literally what it is. You think that it's just so. What is wrong with human beings? What is wrong with us? It's like you give a little bit, and then we get entitled to that little bit so quickly.
Yeah.
And guys, we always complain about girls with this stuff, but we do the exact same thing.
It's human nature.
What is that about human
Because
beings?
you get accustomed to things. You get used
It's
to things.
fucking
You
gross.
start to forget that this is something. You take it for granted because you forget this is unique. You forget, oh, I'm at a company that's actually really progressive and most companies aren't like this. And I get a paycheck every week and I've got all my needs taken care of because of this job. Not that they're God or perfect, but relatively speaking, I'm in a good position with this employer. You just think, this is what I'm used to. And then now I see their flaws. Because now I'm used to shit.
You're 100% right, but it's almost like our human nature incentivizes treating us like shit. Because if you treat us well, this is not all of us. I think that there are those of us, obviously, all you guys have like integrity and discipline, right? And like, but like, I do think that, and I've experienced it, you know, even working in certain places like with friends, and maybe I have a different mentality because I came from like the small business side where my parents own the small business. So I'm always thinking like what the owner would think of the business because dealing with the employees and stuff. I'm sure you guys went through this when your parents had a business.
Yeah.
But like, it's like the nicer you are, oftentimes that's not returned in work ethic.
Right.
It's just, oh yeah, well I should get this.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I should have got that before, and now it's good that I'm getting it. So you think that you're being nice, but the person that's getting the payment is going, well, it's about time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're increasing payment without getting an increase in,
Like gratitude.
or not even credit, or effort or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's
Yeah, it is human nature. Again, you got fired for a cause. You can get fired for starting a walkout. You can get fired for protesting or voicing your opinions. You got fired for a cause. That's a very different thing. You know what I mean? That's all. I just want the headlines to say that.
Yeah.
Netflix employee fired for cause.
Who would click?
Nobody gonna click.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Hannah Gadsby's response to it?
Oh yeah, what'd she say?
I don't have a problem. I don't hate Hannah Gadsby. Again, I thought
Yeah, you
Douglas.
defend her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fuck move. She basically was like, hey, Netflix CEO, fuck you. I have the statement in the topics if you want to pull it
Yeah.
up. She was like, fuck
I've
you.
taken shits with more
backbone than you. Don't put my name in your mouth, basically, because he said, like, look, we have Chappelle, we also have Hannah Gadsby, we also have, and then he named some other, like, LGBTQ friendly shows. And then she was like, because of this Dave Chappelle thing, I'm going to get even more death threats and et cetera, et cetera. My issue is you took the money, it made your life, and now you're shitting on it and saying, I think she has a line that says, you didn't pay me nearly enough to deal with the real world consequences of the hate speech you refuse to acknowledge. Is the issue the pay? Is there a price?
That's
Is
good.
that what it is? And I don't have a problem with her, but you were not, nobody knew who the fuck you were before Netflix.
Yeah,
so you
Netflix
took
was the-
all the fame, all the accolades, all the money, and now fuck you. And then she says something about your amoral algorithm cult or something like, now you're pious? You took all the checks. You got a career off of it. You signed that contract. When you signed with Netflix, did you think they were moral? Did you sign with them in 2009 where there was some startup sending out DVDs? Or did you sign with them when they were the fucking entertainment monopoly?
And you knew it would blow you the fuck up and you'd make millions of dollars touring afterwards.
And I have an issue with people who do that, man. When you take the check from a company and then shit on them and act like you're morally above it. No, you're not.
Bro, it's like first of all, that was fucking brilliant. That was great. I mean, she just flat out said it. She didn't even realize it, but she flat out said her issue.
Yeah.
Which was, I need more money.
Yes.
It's just a greed
It
thing.
is a sentence that says, I have a price.
And she thinks that she has a backbone. She literally says a backbone joke in it because she thinks she's doing this to stand up. She's only standing up for a higher fucking tax bracket.
I just
That's
don't like
hilarious.
when people do that.
Bro, it's like, and I posted on Instagram this week, but and I'm glad we touched on this. But there's the model. I forget her name. Fuck is her name? I don't know. But she got like some famous she comes from a famous like successful family, developer family in England. What the fuck is her name? She's kind of like weirdo model, kind of gay.
Delevingne, peg the patriarchy.
Yeah. She
yeah, this is
shirt,
great.
Peg
Yeah.
the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because it's like, why are you kink shaming? Like, let's be liberal cucks about it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, if we're gonna be liberal cucks about it, still offensive.
Yeah.
What's wrong with getting pegged? Maybe guys want to get pegged.
Yeah.
Why can't guys get pegged? Why is pegging bad?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe guys want you to penetrate them. Maybe they want to empower a woman and put it. Why is that a bad thing? But you're wearing it because you're trying to be antagonistic.
Right.
Because, most guys are like, no, don't fucking stick nothing in me. You're definitely not going to strap something on. But I have a problem fundamentally with these like model chicks that slam the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to really break down what modeling is, what is modeling? What is modeling?
You're a piece of meat.
It's the complete objectification of women, especially if we're looking at female models.
You literally are hot and you walk.
Yes.
That's it.
Walking is a lot. Not all of them have to walk. Some of them just stand and we take pictures, right? So it is the complete objectification. Let's strip everything from a woman, her brains. Let's strip her physical ability.
Yeah.
Let's strip her athletic ability. We're just looking at you as a hanger, right? And these standards that we're upholding to you are standards that men find beautiful. Yes, I understand the fashion industry is a little weird and warped, but they like her because they think that she's a hot chick for guys to gawk at.
And even if it's warped, they're objectifying you.
Of 100%. You're an object. Now, here's the thing. If you're some chick that comes from the fucking favelas of Brazil and you had to use your God-given beauty to make it out of there, God bless you. You're from fucking Siberia, God bless you. Change your life, change your family's life, do it. She comes from fucking like billionaire family or multimillionaire family. You don't need to do this. You can actually use your brain. You can actually do other things to take down the patriarchy besides living up to the patriarchy's beauty standards.
Also, you
and
probably
supporting
got
it.
to be a billionaire because of the patriarchy. Because of the white male patriarchy.
Okay, you own land?
Yeah. Come on.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who invented owning land? Ladies? I don't even think ladies could get land passed down until Muhammad came around, right? Your big
shit.
guy, the
Yeah.
big guy that allegedly hates women, but invents the idea of passing down property to women, but doesn't matter. Point is you see this happen with these models, right? They start shitting on this idea of a patriarchy, and it's just so like it just lacks so much self-awareness. It's like, sweetheart, you make all your fucking money off of the patriarchy.
Yeah.
If you don't like the patriarchy, don't contribute to it. Don't be part of it. Don't uphold the jobs that just stroke the ego of the patriarchy.
Yes.
There are plenty of other jobs out there, but you would have to work hard at those.
Yeah.
You don't just stand there and smile, right?
Yeah, but you could use your brains. You could
God
be appreciated
forbid.
for who you are beyond your beauty.
Wouldn't it be easier, though, to just wear a T-shirt with some kind of signage on it as you walk around with no bra
Pacifism,
to
Doug.
fight the patriarchy?
Yeah.
Who likes no bra more than the patriarchy?
That's a good ass point.
Right? Like, are you kidding? Like, I hate these... whatever. It is
It's the
what
same
it is.
thing. Hey, can I say one more thing about the Hannah Gadsby thing?
Please,
noticed?
go, yeah.
The whole statement is she's like, now I have to deal with more death threats because of Dave Chappelle's stunted worldview or something.
Nobody think about
She
it.
makes it about her. She's not trans. Yeah. Dave Chappelle's whole special is
No, I
trans.
think she came out as trans in the second one, or retard.
I saw her say, she said something that I'm cis in like 2015,
she came out as
2016.
autistic or something.
So she's cis, and she's making this whole thing about what she has to deal with. Isn't that kind of appropriating the struggle of trans people?
Sure. I mean, she's close enough to trans, bro. I'll be honest with you, dog. Like, if she said she was, I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay,
You know what
fair
I mean?
enough. I just thought, I read another, I think one of the Queer Eye guys put out a statement that was like, I wish we understood that, hate exists or something. And it's about everyone and just getting along in love. This is about her and what she has to deal with. It's not fighting for trans rights. It's not saying trans people have to deal with hate and this kind of stuff makes their lives worse. It is, I get more death threats. I didn't get paid enough. It's very me-centric.
Yeah.
It's a little me only, not me too, me only. You know what I mean?
Now, to that point, though, I'm curious about it. Like, if she were to continue to work with Netflix, I'd agree it is hypocritical. But if she chooses to not work with them anymore, then I don't know if that's necessarily hypocritical.
I think that's an easy exit ramp.
Give back the money.
Yes.
Why?
Because now it's like you stand on something.
I don't want your blood money.
I didn't realize you guys took this stance on this group of people. Fuck your money. Take it back. I don't want to
But,
do
like,
business.
if
And she
you're-
could easily afford to do that because she's made way more from being on Netflix. And if she just gave back the Netflix money,
But like,
still-
if you're a black
real quick.
performer in the '60s,
I have
yeah.
a question for you to look up really quickly. Can you look up Chappelle's first special where he talks about trans, and then look up when she put out her second special? Because if she put that shit out after, shut your mouth forever.
2019, I'm pretty sure it came out. The Douglas, which I have cucked out for.
You
Said it was
liked.
funny.
You said it
I
was
liked
funny.
it.
Yeah.
I said she's funny. I just think this is trash.
I'm just saying, like, you already did it.
Sticks
Don't-
and Stones was the first one, right?
Yeah, I think he said it. He had the ABCs or joke. or
Yeah,
whatever like
that was 2019. Her first one was 2018.
Her second one. She had her second special. Yeah.
Because his point is, she did a second special after he did that.
Yeah.
She
So in
worked
other
with
words,
him again.
you are okay, and you did let the algorithm cult help you, and you got
Yes.
enough money to look past that. So maybe now that you're not being offered another special, maybe now it's an issue. Because every time
2020, her second one.
So boom.
Yeah.
Okay,
Douglas is 2020.
So
and
shut
then
up.
that was-
So shut up. You already did it.
But she might argue that he never said anything out like inherently transphobic in this first one.
Well, I thought here she said deal with even more hate, and just a quick let you know, I prefer I didn't have to drag my name to the. Now I have to deal with
It
even
says
more hate.
every time Dave gets $20 million to process his emotionally stunted partial worldview. That means he's done
Multiple
it before.
times.
Every time he gets $20 million to do this
So
over
you went
and over
back,
and over.
and now you're not getting offered another special because your specials, frankly, don't do well. I think the first one did well, but I don't know if the second one did. And they get, exalted by the critics, and then they just get trashed by audiences. And I think a lot of people are even hate watching it. They're like, why do people say that this is so great when it is? And it's really not her fault. Like, this many people shouldn't watch it, right? Like, I think that it's unfortunate that she's almost used as like a prop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean this seriously. She's almost like used as a prop for these different periodicals that are trying to push forward a progressive agenda. And they're like, hey, this is amazing. This is art. Look how amazing this is.
And she's getting unnecessary hate from conservatives who are like, oh, this is the problem. This isn't funny. And look how you guys celebrated. She gets, everybody's just using her as
I can't actually say that it did well or didn't do well. I don't know the fucking numbers.
I know critically it
Yeah.
did fantastic.
Both of them
Critically,
did well
it did fantastic,
critically.
and then Rotten Tomatoes just trashed the fuck out of both of them
The
when
first
it came
one
for the
way
people's
more.
response.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. To that point, I think you can come up within an institution or even like a system that is immoral and then benefit from it and then use your new benefit to try to dismantle the system you disagree with.
You can do that, but
then
we
she
can
did it
also call you a
twice.
hypocrite.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily
She did it
hypocritical.
twice.
Why
She
not?
got everything she needed the first time. Why go back?
Well,
of
I guess she could argue that one, she doesn't know if it's necessarily transphobic, and two, that she might not have known about it.
But
She
if,
didn't see
if
his
Sticks and
special. or
Stones
whatever.
came out in 2019, I
Right.
guarantee you she knew about it. And she said every time he puts out his emotionally stunted partial worldview, she did a second special. So if you have to, I can agree with you that this is the only place that would give her a platform. And
It's also
she
the
had to
biggest
use it,
platform and you get the
there's
most money to
oppression
do
in so
whatever.
many other mediums.
Right.
But she is a fucking name after that first special.
This is the point that I was making earlier. I don't know where this is going to go in the episode, but the point I was making earlier, which is like it's very hard to take a strict hard line when you know that you're being a hypocrite. So she's taking a very strict hard line here.
Yeah.
When she was privy to this information, we're assuming that she is. You're assuming she's not, but I'm assuming she saw Dave's thing and didn't like it, and that's what she's alluding to with the every time. Maybe she did, and maybe she wasn't aware, but I'm just operating as if she was, right? And at least aware of the controversy. As a fan of comedy, there was a lot of controversy when it first came out, and she probably heard of it, especially because she's part of that community, right? So the hard line is, fuck you, I'm never doing anything with you guys again. But she didn't take that hard line. She actually went right back, and she did with them. And I'm okay with her doing that. The hypocrisy for me is now taking the hard line when you might not have an opportunity to do another special.
Right.
That-
and that's also assuming that she doesn't have the opportunity.
And she might have another opportunity, and she
Right.
might go, okay, now I've made enough money that I can take this hard line. But to me, I'm looking at money and success as part of the equation here, because it seems like she was willing to maybe submerge some of those views that she had and those feelings that she had about Dave's stuff before, and now all of a sudden she's in a position that's advantageous enough to really care and stand up for herself.
Right. Yeah, maybe in this situation I can see that, and especially if she goes back to Netflix, it's certainly hypocritical. But to the point that, like,
but I don't think she needs to.
that,
now.
like,
Going
if
back
just
the
because,
second time,
yeah,
I have an issue with. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get that point out again.
yeah. Even though I don't know, I'm curious to know what her rationale would be. But like, if just because you get rich in a system, I don't think necessarily means you have to like give back the money. Like, if you were to like, Adam Smith is like, yo, feudalism's trash, we should do capitalism, and everyone's like, oh, but you got so rich during feudalism, like you're a aristocracy, you're like so wealthy. Look at all the things feudalism did for you. Give back the money. He's like, nah, there's a system that I want to dismantle this previous system. So I don't think it's necessarily
He didn't
hypocritical in
have a
that way.
choice to operate within the feudal system. The feudal system was the only thing that was there.
Right.
So she had a choice to do it, right? She especially the second time. It's like if they were deciding what was going to be the how money and the economy was going to function in, I guess it was Britain at the time. So it's like if they were making that decision between feudalism and capitalism, and he was like, well, fuck it, let's do capitalism again, or let's do feudalism again. I guess maybe that would be hypocritical. But she had a choice not to sign with them. She had a choice not to do another one with them.
Right.
She's not willing to.
yeah.
But like he says, the monopolistic streaming giant. So
No,
I'm
it's
like,
not monopolistic. There's many others that would be more than happy to do it after the success of her first one.
it's the biggest one though. Like, if you want to get your message out,
So she does what?
That's
The biggest
thing.
one with the most
second
money
one.
and the most eyes.
The second,
Yeah.
the
So
first
she's not
one,
willing to sacrifice.
the first one made her a fucking name.
Yeah.
Like that, the way people talked about that, it was like, yo,
Yeah.
this changed the way I look at the world
Yeah.
and comedy. You're good. Like you can sell out easily theaters. Probably more in certain
she
areas.
did probably.
I'm sure she did. The second one,
I mean, she
what
said
that
she was
for?
quitting comedy and then just kept touring
Yeah.
and did another special. Remember, she was like, "That's it, I'm done with
And
comedy."
that's
at the end of the
fine
first
too.
special.
If you're like, oh, okay, here now my people finally found me and things change. We can try to. I think we do a good job of trying to see your perspective. I cannot see how you do the second one without knowing what Netflix is. You've done one deal with them. You've seen the Chappelle special. It's now 2020. You are set. It's not like you're desperate for the money. What is your reason? How do you match your morality with your capitalism here?
Yeah, I don't know what she got paid for the first one or the second one.
I'm sure whatever she got paid, she can make enough after that she's good. Again, like you said, she's doing
Yeah, again,
theaters.
We don't know what she's making, but you can make money in this biz. It isn't that crazy.
Right.
I
It's a
just
fairly safe assumption.
I understand the point that you're trying to make. You're like, I can make enough money and then I can be critical of this system.
Right.
100%. But you can also be called out as someone who profited off of that system.
Right.
Right?
Which I don't know if is necessarily like an undercut to your current activism or
What about
thing
like
you're
people
trying
who
to push
go,
forward.
who made a lot of money or had slaves and then you freed the slaves when they died? Like a Thomas Jefferson type.
Right.
Right? It's like, well, yeah, I'm going to free the slaves when I die, or maybe Ben Franklin or something like that. I forget what it is. But like,
because you know that it's currently wrong, but you continue to do it and
because it's
benefit from it.
advantageous to you.
Right.
And then when you died, you're like, well, I don't need it anymore, so I'll do the right thing.
Yeah.
I think that those are similar. You're going to continue to doing the thing that's advantageous to you, and then when you no longer need it, now you're giving away. I would be critical of those people if that they were clamoring on about how awful slavery is and how unequal it is, and it's disgusting. It's a stain on the American history and existence. But you kept that shit because you didn't want to wash your fucking clothes. You didn't want to pay anybody to do it.
Right.
I would be critical of you in that way.
Right.
That's not to say that like if you're forced into a system. You have to use that system and then come out of it. Like, should black people, if you don't feel equal in America, just opt out of America? No. You have to live here.
Right.
You don't have to do a Netflix special twice.
Yeah.
Right. But
You
I
know-
guess that's operating on the assumption that she can't do a third one.
No,
Which-
even if she could. But you didn't have to do two, especially if you're so upset by Dave's shit.
And
again,
the
I
money.
think she
The
would
money
say-
she mentions twice. She mentions Dave's 20 million, and I didn't
Right.
get
That
enough.
money's bothering
Right.
her,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah.
She
But
thinks she deserves 20 million.
there was
That's what I
no
think a lot of it
trans
is.
like controversy with Dave's first one though.
Yeah, the ABC thing, in the
that
car
was-
shit.
The whole reason, this is what that's the main criticism I hear is why are you still talking about this trans stuff? We've said it multiple times.
Right.
This is not this is
His third.
the third time he's done it, I thought. Yeah, at least a second. I think the ABD, the alphabet
alphabet
was
people thing.
a response. That was the second time he'd done it. In his first, and maybe equanimity or something, he talked about it. Like,
Right.
It's years deep. I'm
Right.
fairly certain she knew about it before the first one, but I can also understand your point of, hey, these are the only guys giving me a shot. It's the shot. I need to take this. Okay, fair. Now
Right.
your life changed. Now you do the second one. The second one is where I have a problem. You can convince me on the first one to be like, all right, fair enough.
Right.
The second one, you didn't. You knew what you were getting into.
I
very
bet
well.
she would rationalize it by saying like, "Oh, well, Dave was just making jokes. He didn't make any declarations." Whereas on the third one, he was like, "Every person came through the legs of a
But
woman."
then don't say
ergo
every time.
Transphobia, right? Yeah, maybe.
This could have been at the very least. This could have been worded differently, much differently. I say
Oh yeah,
it could have been about what trans people actually have to deal with. She doesn't even mention trans people at all. She mentions her
Right.
the entire time, which I
Right.
guess is fair. But to me, you're not like a crusader at that point.
Right.
You're just a person going through some shit, and that sucks.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's like
Yeah, also
altruistic.
probably rash. Like I feel like she could probably reach out and like try to get in touch with them versus just like putting out a
Like, fuck you to the CEO.
public
Yeah,
declaration. Like, all
right.
right.
They ain't answering the call.
I mean, it feels sanctimonious, certainly.
very. When I do shits with more backbone than you, there's not a lot of backbone here. Even you know what I mean?
Listen, I don't want to seem like I'm capping for dude, but like, to me, that's kind of having backbone.
Yeah.
It's going like, I'm going to let both of these people have opposing views and just let the content speak for itself.
Right, which is what he said. I'm pretty sure in
I
his
think
statement.
he said we're on the right side of history, which is a bold fucking thing to say in this
Yeah.
context.
Well, if you make history, I mean, you can put yourself on the right side of it.
That's true.
But I mean, I think he said that. He was like, "Oh, we have this special, we have this special, and we also have these types of things. Like,
Yeah.
we don't stand for hate and we don't want to incite violence, but we're going to put varying
Diversity of
viewpoints."
views, essentially.
Yeah.
Also, she's saying fuck you to him, and then your amoral algorithm and cult. Like, so many other people that are part of that comedy team that are just caring about the creative. That's like, look, we just discovered this incredible artist. We're gonna give her a platform. So much more than just like the business folks that are part of Netflix. Like, you're calling. I mean,
So yeah, real quick, that those words tripped me up for 20 minutes. I argued with my wife and Tushar about what that meant. What does that mean? Fuck you and your amoral algorithm cult. Is that just the people who work?
no,
The employees?
Netflix is known when their green lighting process.
Yeah.
They put. I mean, this is why they're able to spend the money that they spend on talents, because they know that there's a certain amount of viewership that will yield more members that will be paying subscriptions and blah blah blah. So they go around algorithms to say like, hey, we want to have a business that's going to continue to thrive, employ more people, and grow and grow and grow. So they're a fucking cult. They're just
The same cult that gave her the special? Is that what I'm
Right?
understanding? That's what I wanted, because I was like, maybe I'm misunderstanding that. But to insult the algorithm that made you
Yeah,
famous,
that seems weird.
you were in obscurity before that.
that
I had
algorithm
never
that so
heard you.
said,
I don't
let's
think
run
that's
it
bold.
back.
Yeah. Then you said, yo, algorithm, let's do this again. I love you.
Yeah, it's immoral when it's not benefiting her
And
directly.
it's not to say that we shouldn't be critical of things. Like, just because you're being hypocritical doesn't mean that you shouldn't say anything at all. But I think that there's a different energy that you can approach it with.
There's a little more nuance you can approach it with.
Yeah.
So much more.
Yeah, like we just recognize that we're all like, if she was like, yo, like this platform did so much for me. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, it really gave me my career.
Yeah.
It was you guys can do the things that I really like. I didn't care that much for the special. I thought that the views were, stunted, or his worldview stunted. I don't think he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And that's just what it is.
Even if she had said, like, I wish they would have passed on this, I think it engenders hate. Even that, at least acknowledging they have done a lot for me, but that would have been different.
Yeah.
I think that the special is absolutely ridiculous. And then she could say, and that being said, I'm sure there are tons of people that said that about both of my specials that are also on Netflix.
And that being said, I'll do a third with them. Let's keep it a buck, yo.
Yeah. No, this just feels rash. Like she was just like writing down a bunch of like her feelings and just like kind of like throwing it out.
Put it in drafts, shorty.
Just angry.
Put it in drafts, man. My drafts are crazy. All right, let's end the podcast. Let's end the podcast. Thank you guys so much. Peace.